Come into the room. Come into the room on this wonderful Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Come into the room, family. We can relax today, spend a little time talking to each other, see how everything's going with this cold weather we having through the country. Come into the room. And for those of you that are watching this live or recorded, we want to say thank you for joining us. I am the H-Town Vet, and I would like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans and their dependents. Give me a moment there, family. Give me a moment. Come on into the room. Today we're going to see how y'all doing. Let us know that you are here. Let us know that you are here. If you're new to the broadcast, you can sit back and relax, or you can let us know you're here. Let us know your branch of service and the country or state that you're currently living in. We're going to reach critical mass and then we're going to get started. So tonight we're going to be talking, as you come into the room, let us know that you're here. We're trying to get a couple of more people to get started. I want to ask y'all some questions, see how's it going with you. Tonight we're going to be asking questions. Should disabled veterans use Voc Rehab for training and a career? And we're going to be, that's just a small question. We're not going to go into much detail about it, but that's what we're talking about tonight. As you come into the room, can you smash that like button for us? We'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button if this information is informative. And thank you for joining us on the night. I know it's a holiday, but we want you to come on in, celebrating the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you for being here, and we honor him and really appreciate the contributions he made as an American to this country and as a Black man. So come on into the room, fam. I know this is an impromptu live stream, but we're glad that you're here. Let us know how we're doing with our sound. Let me check our sound right quick. Come on in, family. I got to check and make sure the sound is good, okay? Now, so for me to get started, one thing I really want to say, a lot of people, they kind of use Dr. King as like they have him in a certain way, but Dr. King was one of the, a true American. He made the law. He made them the principles of the United States. He made the United States live up to those principles and laws, not by himself, but as a group. And he was our so-called, one of our leaders and one of our staunch advocates. And we're glad that he made the sacrifices that he did, and we honor him on his birthday. There were people in Atlanta that are not from my lineage. Let me come up on the screen. And this tends to be an issue when you have they're Black, but they're not from my lineage. They come into the country, and in Atlanta, they at one of these restaurants that they have, they was dishonoring Dr. King and Rosa Parks. Had her doing, some type of dancing, and they, put grills in Dr. King's mouth. This is something that, but I'd never go to someone else's country and disrespect their icons. So that's why I say we have to make sure that in my culture that we make sure people remember you can't come here to do that. All skin folk and kinfolk. Now let us continue, family. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Matter of fact, so you'll know, I'll talk about that a little later, but let's continue. Let us know you're in the room. If you're new to the channel, we're glad that you're here. This is a veteran channel, and we're glad that you're here. We're starting to put up a background, so come on in and join us, and we're going to get with it. Now, our regular scheduled live streams are on Sundays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. Central Time. We do have impromptu live streams like we're doing tonight that are, random, or we just come up, but we click on your notifications if you want to be notified when that happens. All right, let us continue. Now, here's our information, our contact and donation information. If you'd like to reach out to us, you have any questions dealing with veteran benefits or the like, contact us. And these are ways that you can contribute also: PayPal and Cash App. Now we have our brother, Veteran Policy Plug, and he's one of the veterans in here, and he has his own life insurance company that he's a broker, has his license information, national producer ID, and the states that he's licensed in, as well as his contact information. Now here at the H-Town Vet, I don't know if some of y'all are new, your opinion counts. This is a channel that's set up to make sure that veterans have a platform, okay, where you can come and actually interact. Now, that's a good thing, and it can be somewhat of a risky thing because of the fact that you'll have trolls try to come in. So we make sure that we set up rules as time went along. We're learning as we do it. This is something new. This is my first YouTube channel. So we've been doing it, about 6 months or more. So we just want you to know that your opinion counts here and you can share it. But we do have rules and guidelines. We don't play gotcha. This is not a place where we're trying to point fingers at each other. We do want to get our quality information, share our experiences, but we're trying to make sure we do it in a positive environment. So if you're in here, family, smash that like button. We'll appreciate you. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Share the program for those of you that may be watching this live or recorded. And subscribe. Now, new releases. The last release that we had, which was yesterday, it was the CMP exam room, the do's and don'ts when you go into a CMP exam. Very good video. We go into detail about the do's and the don'ts. We have a video library where we have several, we have over 125 going toward 130 videos in our library. And it covers a variety of topics, such as veteran benefits. If you're incarcerated, what happens to your benefits? Different type of representatives, talks about different conditions, talks about divorce. And we cover the whole claim process from start to finish. Let me know, family, if you're in the room, some of our regulars, let me know, or anybody, if my voice sounds hollow, let me know. I appreciate you. And let us know that you're in the room. Here's the new pay scale for 2025 for VA compensation rates for the veteran only. It's in red. And here, I act as a facilitator, okay? My job is not to show you how smart I am. I'm not, I'm somewhat knowledgeable when it comes to veteran benefits, but my job is to act as a facilitator to make sure that everybody, because we learn from each other here. So we have our brother, Army George says, sounds good. This is an impromptu live stream. Now my regulars coming through. We glad that y'all are here. He says, sounds good. We're gonna do a lot of interacting, and going forward, we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna do a lot of interacting. I want to get them rules straight, and I appreciate y'all. We have Betty Bops in the room, says, good evening, H-Town. I didn't know you were here. Always click on those notifications. I know this is an impromptu live. Sometimes I get the feeling, I was concerned about y'all because of the weather. My daughter had contacted me and said, Dad, you're not going outside. I'm calling, make sure that you're not driving or something. So I haven't went anywhere. Start treating me like I'm a little kid. I'm my father. She treat me like she, the parent sometimes. I mean, man, but thanks for her appreciation. Now I want to ask y'all a question. What do y'all, and I'll be honest, what y'all notice the difference with the new backdrop that we have here? And, I want to do something where when I'm sitting here, the information will be around us, Yes, let's see. So Betty Bops said there was no notification. I was looking up a video of yours. Oh, well, thank you for continually doing so. And it didn't give me any notification either. It didn't give me a notification either. I don't know if it's because I changed the time 10 minutes because I was having some technical difficulties. I had to look the video up. Well, good. Well, if I do it, it's always going to be usually around 6, for the most part. So I was trying to do it earlier today. Now, family, let's see what we got here. Let us continue. And I appreciate that you coming in here, Army George and Betty Bops, because you're bringing fresh blood into the room. Because when I started out, it was a lot of, it was a lot of people, and I didn't have many rules. So we was like the Coliseum. We was out there, we was having fun. Well, as a result, we learning as we go. Some people try to take advantage of that. And so and I'm glad that y'all coming in here and we have a tone and y'all showing such support and respect. And that's one of our big things here is being respectful to each other. And we want to be informative and interactive, but we want to be respectful and protect people's space and privacy while we do it. So, and we want a troll-free atmosphere, and we're going to make sure it's a troll-free atmosphere. Now, as it grows, that may be an issue, but we're going to make this thing happen. While y'all in there, smash that like button, family. Smash that like button. We have over 7 people in the room, only 4 likes. If you hadn't had a chance, smash that like button. Now let us continue. This is our mission and our vision, okay, for the channel. And remember, we're about teamwork, no ego, as you saw last night. Now, for those that are new to the channel, if you want to chat, one, you have to be subscribed to oh, not tonight. I didn't put it on there. My fault. Let me get this straight. Y'all go ahead and talk. Let's see. She says, Betty Bob say, good evening, Army George. Let me see, can I do this? I don't know if I can. I'm not gonna mess with it. because I didn't set it up. I forgot to, but we good. Come on in. Come on in. So our rules, we all went over them, so we're not going to talk about it. But when new people come in, we'll pull it up for them. Let us continue. With anybody that's listening in here, you're new to the channel, these are our rules. No inciting arguments, wasting time, or crashing out, meaning getting triggered and then just going on rants. This is not the place for it. Now, first thing we'll do is give you a warning. Warning is nothing harsh, just like sometimes we need to get back focused. We're going to give you a warning because after you got to agree to the rules. You have to put yes for the rules. Let me get yes. So now, hold on, I didn't go over that. When it comes to the rules, we're going to have this sign up. Oh, well, hold on, give me a second, family. So when it comes to the rules, if you want to chat, you have to put yes in front of these rules. And you just put yes in the chat, and then you never have to do it again. So for those of you that haven't did it, and like I say, first thing we're going to do is give you a warning. Remind people to stay on track and be respectful. And further breaking of the rules are consequences. And you might get blocked, but it may not be permanently, okay? And to get banned, you got to really be egregious. Such things to get permanently banned here. Any attempt to hijack the channel or undermine the H-Town Vets channel. Hijack it or do that. That's it. Up out of here. All right. Now, that way we can protect the brand, family, because we want to make this where other people are welcome and welcome to come here. As y'all coming into the room, go ahead and smash that like button, family. Those are the regulars. And for those that are new, if this information is informative or, helpful, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button too. I don't know how I didn't put the subscribe thing on tonight. Now let us continue. Now, VA law, we checked the VA law here at va.gov, and we want to say, Brother Army George, say good evening. As you come into the room, family, let us know that you're here. First, hit that like button. We got 11 people in here, and we only have 5 likes. Hit that like button. Let the family know that you are here. Okay? How do you do that? You all let us know your branch of service, state, or country you're living in if you're new. All right? Now, let us know how you found the channel if you hadn't told us that. If you're retired military, let us know that too. So like H-Town Vet, I was in the U.S. Army and I'm from Texas and currently living in Texas. Now let us continue. We're going to look up this law, family. So we're going to see if the VA has changed any laws on their website as of today. I don't think they did it on a weekend or a holiday, but you never can tell because they did a lot during Thanksgiving. So we're about to get on top of this. No, the last change was December the 18th, 2024. That has not changed. So let us continue. And tonight we're going to be a lot lighter. Now it's time to hear from you. I want to hear from you, family. Y'all can't be quiet. Y'all was chatting away last night. When I had the information, now we're going to talk. We want to hear from you. Now I got some questions for you. Let me get this off the screen. Got some questions. We want to hear from you. All right. First thing I want to know here at the H-Town Vet, what's the weather like where you're at? Bionic woman in the house, let us know how that weather is. For me, get this number. Bionic woman in the house, what it's looking like. What's the temperature? What's the first thing I want to know? What's the temperature? Where you at? Let me look mine up. Let us know your temperature. While we're doing that, we're going to pull Sister Bionic Woman up on the screen. What it's looking like where y'all at? We got 10 people in the room and only 5 likes. Smash that like button, family. Might be a few haters in here. Somebody send me a PDF file. They think they slick. Let us know the temperature. Here is, I'm gonna give mine too. We're gonna greet each other, family. We're gonna be supportive here. Right now, it's 36 degrees in the Houston area. And they're saying it's gonna get down to 28. So make sure you keep that water dripping and have those pipes protected and your plants outside, okay? Family, so let's look at what our sister say. Our sister, somebody say, so our sister Bionic Woman, let me pull this back up on the screen. She says, good evening, Mr. H-Town Vet and Veteran family. Welcome to all newcomers to the channel. Glad to have everyone here tonight. I'm so glad. Yes, I am. I feel the same way. Now, Bionic Woman say, hi, Army George and Betty Bobs. Then Betty Bob says, good evening, Bionic Woman. Are feeling better. Okay. I guess you want to say, are you feeling better? Now, Bionic Woman say 32 degrees where she's at. All right. Up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And Army George, hello, Bionic Woman. H-Town says 36 degrees, gonna be 28 before it's over with. Army George says that it's that is 6 degrees. Where are you at, Army George? I forgot. Let us know. I forgot. Then Betty Bob say 14 degrees in Maryland, going down to 7 degrees tonight. That's just one higher than where Army George is right now. Okay. So we want to know that. Now, then Bionic Woman say, Betty Bobs, I am going to ice the knee. Okay, so are you feeling things? So Dayton, Ohio. How far is Ohio from Maryland? Either one of you know, or anybody knows? Now let us continue. So we went over the temperature. Y'all told us the temperature. Okay. Anybody temperature going below 0, let us know. Is anybody getting snow up there in your area of Texas, Bionic Woman? Are y'all planning to get any snow, or do you have any snow? What about Army George up there in Ohio? Is it snowing right now, Army George? And what about you, Betty Bobs? How's that weather doing? Is anybody experiencing sleet where you have ice on the street? Be real careful. Okay, so she said, Betty Bob say from Ohio, I guess Dayton area, to Maryland is 5 to 6 hours. Okay, 5 to 6 hours. So Bionic Woman say no snow in our area. Okay. Now, Army George say no snow, just barely cold. Okay. They barely cold. Wow. Okay. Well, that temperature, you say 6 degrees, barely cold. I'm from Texas, boy. That is tough. Now watch those icy roads. If y'all check to make sure there are any warnings of that, be real careful. Let us continue. What about those pets? I got the cat, he's an outside cat. Well, she's an outside cat, but I cracked the garage to let her come in and out, so she don't get too cold. I might have to go check and see if she in there. Let us continue. Protect those animals. And especially like we was talking to our sister Rebel last night, those barn animals, those cows and the horses. Make sure if you're out there in the rural area, protect those animals too. Goats. Now, how y'all doing in California? Because have y'all heard anything about what's going on in Cali? I know, did the fires kind of die down? Let us know if anybody's in California, because I know that, okay, so she said, Bonnie Woman say no snow in our area. All right. Anybody heard anything about that? Now, family, I'm glad y'all here, because like I say, it might just be a few people tonight because this is an off night, but we want to make sure everything was straight, and we just want to communicate with y'all. Now, look what Betty Bob said. It snowed last night. It was sunny today at 23 degrees. I'm from the Bronx. It's cold. Yes, New York can get real cold. Yes, indeed. New York can get very cold. Yes, indeed. Let me just make sure. I want to make sure. I don't know why I'm moving, because it's going to adjust back when I get through. I keep thinking about that. Yeah, let us know. Now let's pull it back up. Like I said, we ain't got much to go over. Smash that like button. We still on fire. I guess some of the haters came in here because they left. They wouldn't smash that like button. Now when we go over topics, we're gonna be on topic or whatever. We'll cover it. We're not gonna be here long tonight. We on it. Now, I want to ask y'all, has anybody in here ever used Voc Rehab? Oh boy, that thing kind of messed up. Let us know. Have you ever used vocational rehab as a disabled veteran? Let us know. Now I want to show you a little video about the vocational rehab. All right, let's see what our sister and brother say. Betty Bob say, it snowed last night. It was sunny today, 23 degrees. I'm from the Bronx, it's cold. Yes, indeed. And then Army Joy say, Ohio State played Notre Dame in the national championship. I'll be in and out, LOL. Okay. I'm about to say, as long as you ain't outside watching it, don't you go outside watching that. Come on now, family. Come on. Now let's see what we got going here. All right. Oh, we're gonna watch a reaction video, a little short video from Congress talking about Voc Rehab. Now it says here that Army George say no, never have. Okay. And so love say just arrived. Everybody show love to love. Everybody show love to Betty Bob, sister Bionic Woman, Army George, everybody that's in here. Okay, so let's see what Betty Bob. No, I waited too long. I used VRP 2 times. Now, is there a limit on how many times that you can use Voc Rehab? And love, I think you qualify for Voc Rehab too or not once you get your benefits. Let us know. Let us know, family. Like I said, we're going to watch a reaction video to Congress. As we watch, we keep track of what they're doing with the law. It's the Committee on Veteran Affairs. Now, Sister Betty Bob says, love, how are you? Yes, indeed. Now, let's see if I can pull this up. All right. All right, family. So I'm going to pull this video up. Let me turn the music off So I want y'all to hear this exchange about Voc Rehab had with a VA they had with a VA representative, one of the members of Congress. And we go over these things because we want to know what's going on when it comes to our benefits. And I want you to hear what the VA say, because they won't talk to us, but they sure talk to Congress. Congress is the one giving the money, right? Need to be a little bit tighter with that. So let me turn this off. All right, pull them up on the screen here in a sec, in a jiffy. Now listen, family. I hope I caught it in the right place. So when we listen to the video, let's focus. Let's focus. And most people could focus. Let's not chat too much right now.
Encountered any resistance at any of the 4 pilot sites. We have launched a number of virtual roadshows where we've demonstrated it and gotten overwhelmingly positive support. This is a system, as the chairman pointed out, that was promised years ago and should have been delivered years ago. The field wants it and the field needs it.
Okay. So is it the providers? I guess if you had to pinpoint the what was the cause that you said?
Let me move it up here, family.
For the 155 delay, but what was the red flag that said we cannot continue on this path? Okay. I thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Now let's see.
The gentleman yields back. I now recognize my friend from the great state of Kentucky, Mr. McGarvey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And with all of the questions asked by my colleagues up here, I just want to start with a really simple question. Who's in charge of this program?
I am the executive director of the program, sir. I'm in charge.
I think they're talking about
Then why
Voc
don't
Rehab.
you have answers for how to fix it?
Sir, I think we do. And that's part of our 6-point plan that is leading into our strategic roadmap. There's not just one answer. We could put more bodies in there, but counselors in the field are still doing manual math, manual data entry.
I just want to start with a really simple question. Who's in charge of this program?
I am the executive director of the program, sir. I'm in charge of it.
Then why don't you have answers for how to fix it?
Sir, I think we do. And that's part of our 6-point plan that is leading into our strategic roadmap. There's not just one answer. We could put more bodies in there, but counselors in the field are still doing manual math, manual data entry. We've got too many forms and complicated processes. As we've been going through RES development, and even prior to that, we've gone through the elimination of forms. So it's not just one simple answer. It's a combination of, we need a whole lot of things to be fixed in the people, process, and technology space.
It's not one simple answer, but it seems to be an ongoing problem. And it's not a problem that developed last week. And you've known about these problems, right? You heard Mr. Levin talk about the fact that there are veterans in San Diego who are waiting 15 to 18 months to hear back, which is completely unacceptable. But this is in line. We have a letter here from the Student Veterans of America. They did a survey in which they show that nearly half of the respondents, 48%, reported meeting with their VRC, their counselor, their veteran resource counselor, within 1 to 3 months of entering the program. However, almost 20% waited 4 to 6 months or longer. 20%, which of course we can guess what that means. And then of course it said that 38% reported that their counselor was rarely or never available, and only 1 in 4, 25% of the people using this program, are saying that they can always get a hold of the people they need to access these benefits. I just remind you of who we're serving. We are not just serving our veterans. We are serving our veterans who have a service-related disability.
Now, family, I want to ask y'all a question. When y'all went through Voc Rehab, I've never did it before. Did you have any problems? Because there seem like there's some issues there. Let's see what our brother's saying here, okay? We're going to catch up on the chat, because tonight we're going to be chatting and talking to each other. So give me a second here. I'm back up on the screen. All right. So let's see what our people saying in the chat here. I'm gonna go back to our sister Betty. She say, no, I waited too long. I used VREP, which is the old name used to be Voc Rehab, 2 times. What, there's a wait time on it? You can't use it after that? I didn't know that. Love say hello everyone. Betty Bob says, love, how you doing? Then we got love say hello Betty Bob's Army, Bionic Woman. Army meaning Army George. And then we have love say Betty Bops, waiting on my long waited decision from the VA, over 100 medical records sent in to the local VA marathon. Wait time here. All right, let's see what we got. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna be on topic right now. So give me a check. Love. Let's stay where we at. Okay, let's see. Okay. We do want to know about the record weather right now. But we're gonna get back to your comments a little later. We want to be on topic. Now, Charleston Zimmerman says 14 inches, got 7 inches of snow, been shoveling all day, evening, H-Town family. Yes. Okay. Now, so here's the information about Voc Rehab, what we're talking about. For those that just came in the room, we're kind of covering this topic, then y'all can chat about what y'all want to. Right now, we're talking about this at Voc Rehab, some of the issues that's going on there. Been a while since our brother, and we get to that in a second. Betty Bob say hello, Mr. Zimmerman. And love say hello. So we can greet each other. We can talk about the topic or the weather. Let us know what the weather is when you come in. That's no problem. But other topics, we'll talk a little more detail once we get this here. Now, PA Political Revolution podcast. What's going on? He say PA Political Watchdog. Long time, brother. And we glad everybody coming in. I'm the H-Town vet for those that don't know. As you come into the room, family, we smash that like button, family. We got over 15 people in here and only 6 likes. Smash that like button, family. Now, Love did say hello, Zimmerman. Love say hello, PA Political. Army George say, it does not surprise me, paperwork and delays. Now let's get to what our sister Betty Bob said about the topic. Now let's focus on the topic, because that's how trolls come in here. They'll end up coming in when we start getting off topic. They come in and start stirring up stuff. So let's stay on topic until we get to that part. Now, here we go. We're talking about Voc Rehab right now. So Betty Bob said it must be changed, Voc Rehab. Now hold on. It was changed, Voc Rehab in 2013. I didn't know they changed the name. You have to use it 11 years after you were discharged with a disability. Wow. Didn't know that. The rep at the regional office was very rude. She told me to take regular disability. She told you. That's her job, tell you nothing. And then Betty Bob say, PA Political, good evening. And Bionic Woman say, hi, PA Political. So glad to have you here. Now, PA Political, I'm glad that you're here, my brother. We set some rules up because we had trouble with trolls. So it's the reason it's so peaceful in the room, because we got a little rules. So all you got to do, let me show you what it is. I usually have the screen up. Sorry about that. What you see now, PA Political. Now, the rules are, and you only have to agree to them one time. When you got to be a subscriber. Today, we kind of let it loose a little bit. It's a holiday, but we usually have it where only subscribers can chat. And you have to say yes to the chat rules, which is you won't be trolling, inciting arguments, wasting time, crashing out. and you have to put a yes, Y-E-S. So all this all you have to do is put a Y-E-S. That wouldn't know we're talking about the rule. So you put a yes in the chat, we're gonna transpose it on top of this here. And he was saying, okay, thumbs up. Okay, you put a yes, that's it. See how we did it? That way other people won't come in with slick words. So brother, it's been a good while. Benny in here, once y'all done it already, y'all don't have to do it no more. So that's it. Benny is in here, Bionic Woman. And he said, yeah, let me see. He say, hello, Benny from Love Love. And he got thumbs up. And Benny say, H-Town, huh? Now let's get to it. Now let's finish up because I'm learning so much. Where's Rose City D at? He in here? I ain't see Rose City D. Benny said Rose City D. Oh, you just shouted him out just in case he's in the room. He hadn't spoke up yet. Okay, no problem. Now let's see what they're talking about voc rehab here.
These are our men and women who were willing to put on a uniform to sacrifice everything for us, and in some cases sacrificed a great deal. And this program, which, you know, we have a letter here from the VFW, they say, I mean, the Vocational Rehabilitation and Employment Program is incredibly successful. VRE has been described by veterans as a life-changing opportunity that puts them on the path for success. But then even the VFW immediately follows that sentence by saying, however, many informed the VFW they did not receive sufficient guidance to navigate this process. They complain about the amount of time it takes for our veterans to get these benefits that they have earned. And we're at the holidays right now. You mentioned that wait times in San Diego are 155 days. If I told you that you could go on Amazon right now to get a holiday present for somebody, but the shipping time was 155 days, would you do it?
No, sir.
What happens when these veterans can't get these benefits in a timely manner, when they are waiting 4 to 6 months or longer, 155 days, it makes them less likely, and this is shown in the studies, this is shown in the surveys we have in front of us, it makes them less likely to access these benefits, to get not just what they want. The example I gave you was a want. What they need and what they want is meaningful employment after the service. And so
that's what I want to ask y'all. Let me ask y'all this here. Okay, this is interesting. Isn't that a common tactic of the VA? Is that not a common tactic? What do? They'll discourage you. The people talk rude to you at the desk, and you're trying to get these benefits utilize these benefits, and what happens? They're rude, so you just never come back. Who's ever had that happen to them? Well, they just say, you know what? Forget it. Now let's see. She's talking about voc rehab. That's the new initials for it here. Sister Betty Bob say, VA rep told me I had so many disabilities, I should just take regular disability. At the time, VREP, Veteran Readiness and Employment Program, known as voc rehab, was out for veterans can work toward a new job field. So I took the VREP. Now here's the thing. Whoever you was talking, he or she, whoever you was talking to, that ain't they. If you qualify by being a disabled veteran, it ain't their job to tell you what you should do anyway. Were they a counselor? Who were they? What type of rep were they, Betty Bob? Now let's see what Charleston say. Betty Bob, sad to hear. Regular. Isn't that amazing? Regular. Calling VA disability regular. The VA office treated you like that. Do you think that lady at the regional office didn't like you as you're Navy? Do you think they discriminate based on that's an interesting way to look at it. Now, I think Navy vets get looked down on, but I might be wrong. Now, that's an interesting statement. That's something we can talk about. Do you think certain branches of the military get treated differently? Now, because what's the largest group Army is the largest group of veterans. Then I think it's the Navy, Air Force, then Marines. Let me know. And the ones that maybe not as big, they don't get as much attention, or there are other stigmas do you think that they're going by? Now, Betty Bob says, I'm not going to get paid for all of the disabilities she was speaking of. I told her then I should be getting 100%. Right. If all these disabilities, why you ain't getting 100%? You got to get some training. Now, was she a counselor? What was she? Love say, very common with the VA, H-Town, save money, discourage vets. It seems like a theme, don't it? So why is she at the job if she don't want you to use the program? Now, Bionic Woman say, if you are TDIU, it is possible to qualify for job training programs. Oh, really? Okay. Now I'm learning something new. Betty Bob say, you know, CHAE. Now,
We want to help you guys out, but it seems like we're always getting people up here who are saying, we'll get back to you, we'll look into that, we'll take care of that. There's a 6-point plan, but we have 10 months. When is that going to get better?
Sir, even in the instance of San Diego, with the addition of the partner stations, we've seen those numbers already start to go down. Again, the wait times are unacceptable. And I do believe, which is the reason I wanted to run this program, that it is the gold standard. It does change veterans' lives. It has previously been underutilized, and we are seeing the exact opposite. Since 2001, we've seen an 82.5% increase in our applications. That just was never predicted. While we predicted PACT Act growth, you base it on historical trends, we've never seen growth like this. We've never seen levels of our participation like this. We absolutely need to get better, and I think the
so he talking about voc rehab, and all of a sudden, everybody started doing what? Wanting to use the program. You know why they want to use the program? You know why? Because people are struggling financially. Because the VA is moving slow on these claims. That's why. Am I right, family? So many of the things that are happening economically with the society, it's affecting us veterans too. So they're going to voc rehab trying to get retrained, because if you're not 100%, and even if you are, it's hard to make it out here, especially when you're waiting on the VA to complete your claims, right? Come on, family, talk to me. Get this over here. Yeah, come on, talk to me. Now let me see what our brother say. We're gonna be reading the chat here. So Betty Bob, I mean not our brother, Betty Bob said to our brother, I'm sorry. Betty Bob says, you know, Mr. Zimmerman, I thought that. Now, our sister Betty Bob said she was just a regular VA employee. So the person that voc rehab was not a counselor, just a regular VA employee, giving you such discouraging words. Now, Bionic Woman says, can you qualify for VA job training program if you are TDIU? Oh, you asked the question. Yes, but here's the trick bag. You are TDIU because you're not employable. But you can go do that, yes. But they will still have to make sure that you can hold down a job, because you know if some people don't make it in the program, Sister Bionic Woman, because their conditions limit them, so you might be able to do other things. And one of my concerns is, if they find you where you can be employable, would that affect your unemployability? I don't know. But you should qualify definitely for it. You have to talk to a counselor over there at the voc rehab. Now, Betty Bob say, I heard that Baltimore was the worst VA regional office. What's the worst VA regional office y'all heard of? You live, it's the one where you living at. I think our brother D Law was telling us about that doggone Chicago. So he had to go to another state to VA because the one in his state is farther away than the one that's in the next state, and that's not good. Slow is the understatement. You're right. That's an understatement. Now, Betty Bob say, I did get paid as if I was a GI Bill. Now, what did they do in Voc Rehab? Readiness and employment, they called it now. Did they give you, Sister Betty Bops, did you need computers? Did they give you different things like that? And sometimes they will have a assistant go into the classroom with you, or in college, go in the lecture room with you to assist you. Did you have an assistant? Let us know. What type of things did they provide and assist you with? And were you under the 9/11 GI Bill, or was it something else? Let us know. Let me see what it is on the chat. Okay. Now, Brother Charleston say Philadelphia. That's where my CNP went to. I heard they lost the claim or trashed them. Hold on. You say claims. They lost all your claims? Let me ask you a question. Did you have copies, Brother Charleston? Let us know. And then Betty Bob said they. Tonight we kind of just chatting. So family, we just doing it. I'm gonna get to the other largest statement, I think. Thank y'all for interacting, being here. Tell us what's been going on with you, political podcast. What have you been doing? Why you been busy? We haven't seen. Let us know, family. Let's get back to this.
6-point plan that we've implemented and implemented half of it thus far, and our strategic roadmap are going to get us to where we need to be.
And I see my time is running out. We want to help you with that. I mean, I know that we do share the same goals, and I appreciate you coming in front of the committee today, but we do share those goals, and we want to make sure that the counselors and veterans are not just relying solely on some of the technology, that we have more counselors, that we have measures in place to ensure that veterans have that access to the essential one-on-one counseling, that we get this right. So, Mr. Chairman, I'll yield back to you, but obviously this is something we definitely want to work with you guys on to make sure our veterans get that incredibly important, timely access to these benefits that they've earned. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McGarvey. The gentleman yields back. I now recognize myself for 5 minutes. I think my colleagues did a very good job of pointing out the unacceptable nature of the wait times, right? You're doing 4 pilot programs right now. What's the average wait time at those 4 pilot programs?
Give me 1 second. I can give you.
The answer is 34.5 days. And Mr. Pamper, I'm just going to say this. Okay, Mr. McGarvey aptly pointed out, you're in charge, right? If you're coming up here touting this program, which is allegedly trending in the correct direction, that should have been on the tip of your tongue. Okay, so we're here because of the abject failure, the consistent abject failure of the Veterans Affairs Administration to be able to put together IT projects and run them. It's a historically accurate statement. So there's all these other things we can talk about, money and stuff, but I want to talk about some philosophical things here because Mr. McGarvey came over to my office this morning. We talked for about half an hour or so. And it was about, what's the difference? The problem at the Veterans Affairs Administration, I've been chairing the subcommittee for 2 years now. And we made a joke the other day in the office that I could change the title of my binder and I could change the date and I'd hardly have to change any of the content because You guys are coming up here consistently saying the same stuff. I'll get back to you. I don't know. Things are working. We need more money. We need more people. My bad. And nothing is going to change at the Veterans Affairs Administration until we change the people at the Veterans Affairs Administration.
Is that a threat? Family. Why do they keep talking about it? Why don't they just be about it? Family. Now go ahead. I'm gonna catch you, even your other chats that you were talking about earlier. I'm gonna catch up on those. What job do you know of that people can work at, and if they didn't do their job, all they gotta say is I'll get back to you? Huh? Is this the VA that people love? I'll get back to you. When my daughter says, "Hey Dad, what happened to the power? Why doesn't the water work? Where's your vehicle at?" If I tell her I'll get back to you, is that acceptable? How do y'all feel about him threatening them though? Is that a threat? Is it appropriate for this congressperson to threaten one of the VA representatives? So that's what he says. He said, yes, threat. That's what I see. Hello, the alternative. Hello, the alternative. He say, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being back, Brother Alternative. Y'all getting good on those likes. Y'all doing pretty good as y'all come in. Whoever hadn't hit that like button, hit that like button. Now, I'm going to get to you, Sister Betty. Then I'm going to have to get love, some stuff you said earlier. I want to catch up with it too. But we'll get to that. We're going to stay on the stuff that's on this topic. We ain't going to forget about you. Remind me if I forget, love. Now, Betty Bob says, I used only, we're going to just say Voc Rehab. All right, that's a long-term veteran readiness and employment program. That's long. So we'll just say Voc Rehab. So I used Voc Rehab, and I was given no computers because I asked her what type of stuff they gave her. She said she wasn't given any computers. They probably came in class. I was always, they go to apply associate degree. Okay, you was going for a degree in 4 semesters. My BSS degree, I paid out of pocket. Wow. Now, were you a disabled veteran at that time? Now, the alternative say female Air Force veteran here. Okay, alternative, if I ever called you a guy, let me know. I apologize. I do forgive. Please forgive me for that. Everybody showed love. I believe Bonnie Woman, she's an Air Force also. Now, here we go. Political. Listen to what we got somebody. We got a couple of people tonight. Look at this here. And listen to this. Our brother PA Political Revolutionary Broadcast says, I applied for the Voc Rehab, now got granted, but they missed my spring 2025 deadline. I had a counselor change, and the new one said in January, she told me in December, they were going to have a new advisor. So what that got to do with your situation being janked up? Why is that an excuse? Why should you suffer for them being disorganized? And maybe I'm being biased toward the veteran, but if you're the one that's supposed to benefit from the program, wouldn't that be fair? Huh? Get over here. Talk to me, family. Where else can something run like that? Where else can something be ran like that and people not be fired en masse? Is it the people working for the VA, or is it the system itself? Are we beating up too hard on the people? I'm starting to sound like Joe, but I'm just saying, no, it's some good people that work for the VA. But what I'm saying is, what's the problem here, family? Is it Congress? Is it the VA? Is it the people that work for the VA? Now, Betty Bob says this. I had the degrees in information technology. Okay. All right. You have to watch the colleges. Oh, so the colleges are slick too. I went to Townsend University that I took all my college credits. Luckily, I have an amazing calculus professor who helped real good, real talk. And the alternative say, hi, love, love. And then we have Betty Bops that says, me with finding a veteran-friendly college that would accept all the veteran credits. Yes. Now, how do you define a veteran-friendly college? They take some of your credits when you was in the military too. She said, yes, I was disabled since 1994. Ooh. I think mine started in 2004. You go way back. You must have pursued your disability early, Baby Bops. Now, Love says, Charleston, the backlog is marathon wait time. Woo! Now, Bonnet Woman say, hi, the alternative. That's 2 Air Force veterans there. And then Love say, it's all the above, H-Town. You named it. You blame all of them. He's saying he blamed the VA, Congress, and he blamed the employees. But if the employees don't get the right stuff to work with, can you really blame them? Now, the alternative says, hello, Bionic Woman. Now, let us continue. Thank y'all for y'all patience. We're not doing too much tonight. We just going over little information and talking, chatting it up with each other. Because I want to talk about this. We're going to have little topics, different ones.
So are you guys political appointees?
No, sir.
You are not. Are you Schedule F employees?
No, sir.
No.
Are you aware of any negative feedback mechanism at the Veterans Affairs Administration? For instance, this program goes on and on and on and on and on, and the people that were responsible for writing the contracts and the people that are responsible for approving those contracts, have they been fired?
Sir,
So they don't have no program set up where they can give negative feedback, like what happened to our sister Baby Bops, how the person talked to her. Shouldn't it be able to have some negative feedback? What about the employees who are saying that Voc Rehab is just not working? Readiness and employment, same thing. So listen, you heard the question that he asked him. How do you think he's going to answer it? Has anybody been fired? Now let's see what he says. Come on, family. See, we need to learn how the VA works because we're blind to all this stuff that's going on a constant basis. VA representatives are going up to the Congress all the time, but they never talk to us. Congress don't, neither does the VA representative. We never see these people. I'm looking at this guy and say, who that? I don't know him.
You don't know. We don't know who they are, do we? Were they censured? We don't know. Did they get a harshly worded email? Appointees. Affairs Administration. So are you guys political appointees?
no, sir.
You are not. Are you Schedule F employees?
I want to hear that part about him saying, has anybody been fired? I want you to hear that again. Listen to that.
No, sir.
No.
Are you aware of any negative feedback mechanism at the Veterans Affairs Administration? For instance, this program goes on and on and on and on and on, and the people that were responsible for writing the contracts and the people that are responsible for approving those contracts, have they been fired?
Sir,
You don't know. We don't know who they are, do we? Were they censured? We don't know. Did they get a harshly worded email or potentially a disparaging remark cast at them in passing in a hallway? We're talking about billions and billions of dollars that is being fraudulently, and I'm going to use the word again, corruption. There's corruption in the VA. And until that goes away, none of this is going to change. None of it. So I told you yesterday, and I want to say it publicly, I'm putting everybody at the Veterans Affairs Administration on notice. I can't tell you I'm going to fire you and all that stuff. You know,
Okay. They don't know if this man's supposed to be the leader. He didn't know if anybody at the VA has been punished. He didn't know what was going on when it comes to not being productive in their position. And he said he putting them on notice, but if Congress don't do nothing to fire these people, get rid of them, can Congress fire them, or can they fire the head person? Let us know. Now, the alternative say, hello, bionic woman. Then Charleston say, good evening, love, love. Do you do mean Philadelphia or all CNP Raiders? Okay, which ones you mean? Now, Ace, love, say H-Town. From my experience, VA employees delay on purpose. All right, I had to go to the board just to get my dead father approved. Wow. Now, he fought for his dead father, then he started fighting for himself to get the benefits that his father was entitled to as being a helpless child. Gotcha. Now, let's see what. Now, then Betty Bob says they take all the credit from you military and all your college credits that you taken any years and any time. Okay. University of Maryland, Baltimore County only took 32 credits, and I had over 112 credits. So, and I'm sure that cost you money. Now, Betty Bob says Townsend University took all of them. Okay, good. You got to use them somewhere. Let us continue. Let's see what this congressman saying.
it's an executive branch thing. I can't do that. That's not what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. There's a new sheriff in town. And you guys are going to start being held directly, personally accountable. If anybody that's going to occupy with this new administration, the White House, if they actually care about what they're doing, and I know for certain that they do, I suggest that there's a lot of people at the VA that better start reviewing their resume. And that gives me no pleasure to say that at all. But I am so sick and damn tired of asking the same questions to the same people and getting the same answers. Because every single dollar that you guys throw into a fireplace is a dollar that cannot be applied to giving our veterans the benefits that they earned. And I don't even have a question for you guys. I'm just honest to goodness across the board. I am disgusted. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. Ranking Member Levin had to step out.
Okay, family. So what y'all think? So what should be done? Let me pull this down. What should be done? Let me pull this up. To deal with the dysfunction of the system that we're trying to use and we're going to be involved with from here on out, those of us that deal with VA benefits. Let me turn the music back on, fam. Then we're going to start getting to what you're saying here. We're not going to hold y'all long tonight. Well, as long as it's, so let's see what it say. Took all of them. Now, love say, most Charleston, not all, you may get a good one out of the bunch if you're blessed enough. Now, Betty Bob says, did he leave a 1-800 number for us to report it or online to submit a complaint? Which one? You talking about this congressman? Because I didn't see one, but if I find one, I'll definitely let you know. Tell me what you're talking about. Now, H-Town Congress can pass a law so there's no more oversight, get rid of bad decision-making VA employees. Yes, I don't know if it's one, but I'll see. And you want to be able to tell me if you're talking about a complaint line for Voc Rehab. Is that what you're talking about? When I tried to call and make a complaint with the VA about what do you call this thing? Community care, the number don't work. The email bounces you back. So you got to watch. I think they make it where they don't want no documentation. So when you email them, they bop it back. For everything. For everything, yes. I thought it was one, but we got to find one. If y'all know of any number we can call to complain, I know it's the OIG, the Office of Inspector General, but the way, when I call them, you know what they said to me? The ones that do a lot of reports that you saw last night about the VA not doing their job. When I did that, they said that they were busy. They couldn't help me. I did that about a week ago. Can you believe that? What if I was in an emergency? Say, LOL, H-Town, so true. So I'm calling in because I had a complaint about the community care. They had bumped me off of an appointment where they had threatened me. So the person called me from community care, one of the providers, and on the civilian side of the game. And I called back in 2 minutes. They didn't answer the phone. I called back 2 minutes more. They didn't answer the phone. I called back another 15 minutes, then another 20. They didn't answer the phone. So I called them 4 times. Then you know what they did? During that time, they contacted the VA and said they couldn't get me and I wouldn't call them back. Did you hear what I just told you? This is why I do things the way I do. When y'all see me showing documentation and showing you connecting stuff, that way people can't lie. So you know what I did? I went and screenshotted all my calls. They called to me, my 4 calls in return, screenshot them. Then the VA contacted me after that, telling me, I screenshotted that too, telling me that they emailed from the doctor's office and about their concern about me not doing this, and they have other veterans that they can help. It's a limited number, and they're gonna kick me out. They were gonna kick me out of community care. When I emailed that back to that doctor, once that doctor saw that, called back just as sweet and nice. Cover yourself whenever you're dealing with them. Because if I would have just talked to him, it would have been a whole bunch of he say, she say. Now, I think somebody got it here. Let's see. Betty Bob say, can you complain about community care and you won't get an answer? You can complain about, that's what I did. I didn't get no answer. They don't want to do, they just do nothing. Do you know the number? I don't know what to do with community care. Not surprised, H-Town. So only thing I could do, because the VA blocked it like they have concern, but the complaint site didn't work. It said none couldn't send it, resent back to you and all that. The VA blocked it, so they don't have no obligation. So they set it up like it's a complaint line that you can use. It's all fancy on the site. But when you actually use it, they send your email back to you. So they say, oh, that must have been a technical difficulty. That way you can't use that letter against them. Now, this is what Love say. I have contacted my Congress personally. Now listen to what our brother says here about community care. Come on, let's talk turkey tonight. We got our brother PA Political Revolutionary Broadcast says, that has happened to me. I tried to get community care for mental health. They gave me a wrong number and said they couldn't get a hold of me. So I'm not the only one. They did this to the H-Town vet. They did this to political revolutionary, the political revolution too. All the time I was given a wrong number. Now, anybody has a solid number, say it in the chat if you got a good number for the VA complaint, where you can file a complaint at the VA against the VA region office, where you can file a complaint against the VA hospital, where you can file a complaint when it comes to community care. Anybody have a valid number that you found? Because they talk Congress in circle and they don't do nothing for us. Somebody help me here. You telling me the VA is the second largest thing that the United States government pay for, and we can't get a complaint number? What's up with that? Family, talk to me. Because now y'all got me on something that I'm concerned about, because this was frustrating last week. I was upset. You know how you don't get upset. When you hear me fussing, I'm not upset. But this time I was upset. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know how we got when he said that, he said, do y'all have some way to call people? That just triggered me, because I hadn't seen this part. This is a reaction video, so I just watched the beginning of it. Come on, I'm really upset, because I'm gonna tell you, now I'm upset tonight. All the drama from the trolls, I was fired up, but I wasn't upset. I'm emotional tonight. Who hurt me? The VA, the community care person who was the doctor, who literally, I was going to get fitted for that little teeth guard. Now, you know what'll happen, y'all. Come on, tell me if I'm just the truth. If you don't tell me if I'm wrong or not. If you don't go to one community care thing, could they kick you out of doing any community care for any type of health issue? And this man needed mental health, brother. Political needed mental health, and they gave him the wrong number. Excuse me? Do people understand the seriousness of mental health? What if sometimes veterans want to self-harm, man? What is they talking about? A wrong number. That's no joke. Now, I'm just ranting now, y'all, because I feel passionate about things too. You don't know how upset I was last week. Now, let's read y'all chats. Brother Charleston say, phone complaining never works. And not careful, they will say you threaten them. Come on now. Y'all listening to this? I ain't trying, this is Dr. King holiday and his birthday, but he fought for what's right too now. Huh? He paid the ultimate price with his life, but he wasn't trying to sit there and take second fiddle either. Come on now. Now, you threaten them, that's what they'll say, and lie, hurt feelings, that you shouldn't be so aggressive in the way you talk. Nope. Been looking for years. Anybody, Alaska Nights, hold on, Alaska Nights might have said something. Hold on. We might have been looking at this the wrong way. Let me get to you, Alaska Nights. Yours the next one after this, brother. Political Revolutionary Broadcast. It's actually happened to me twice for mental health community care. I didn't know you can go to community care for mental health. Oh, can we contact our congressman? A congresswoman? What can we do? Listen to what our sisters say. Alaska Nights say, issue discrimination, EOC, unfair labor practices. Now, she made me think of something. Alaska Nights, let me ask you a question about this. Sister, please, if you know, let me know. Because we disabled, would that be considered discriminating against the disabled? If we're service connected and because we're getting treated for a disability, could the VA be considered, could that be a form of malpractice? Huh? that they're actually injured. Remember the type of claim you can file for malpractice? But it ain't the medical part, is it? Now, I thought the VA is the largest. It might be. Hold on, I thought it was the second largest. You might be right. I think you're right. It's the largest budget. Now, Betty Bops, you might be right, sister. Betty Bops also says I had to use my private UNS. So you had to come out of pocket. So you telling me, anybody, if you're just coming into the room, smash that like button, family. Anybody know a number that we can call? We need to have a broadcast on this. How to make complaints against the VA, because the congressman brought up a key thing, and I appreciate him for that. He said, where can people complain if the VA ain't doing what they supposed to do? Now, Bonnie Foreman says, hi, Alaskan Ice. Come on now. And then Sister Betty Bob says, Alaskan Ice, hello. I want to tell y'all how happy I am that my female veteran subscribers are growing. And I appreciate that too. The younger veterans, they start to come in, and I appreciate that too. Y'all make me so happy. Hold on, did I miss something? Now, I'm sorry, Betty Bobs, I'm sorry, I almost clicked off. This is what she said. I had to use my private insurance. Thank goodness. The woman called me back in 2 hours, and we talked for 3 hours to a therapist I met the first time, have never met. We set up an appointment for tomorrow. Are you going to end up having to pay, sister? That's what I want to know. Come on. Have you had these type of problems, love, when it comes to your medical, or do you use your Social Security to help you with that? Now, for those that's just coming into the room, I am the H-Town vet. We want to let you know we're talking about we talked about Voc Rehab, and it's brought up a very interesting subject about trying to get in contact with the VA, trying to complain against the VA, trying to complain to the VA, and we can't get none of it. Come on, family. You know that's one of our biggest frustrations. And you know stress can cause you health problems. Now let's see what our sister say. Alaska Nice says, and we wish you well, Betty Bops, on your appointment. Let us know how it go, okay? Now, Alaska Nice says, Bionic Woman, hello. And then Betty Bops say, Alaska Nice, hello. And then Love say, hello, Alaska Nice. And then Charleston Zimmerman says, evening, Alaska Nice, H-Town really asked a lot of you tonight. Oh, man. When you try to get the hotline, that's a lot. Now, all that other information, look, ain't that crazy? All that other information, she just break it down, but that's a lot just asking one question about, is there a hotline? Let me ask y'all this here. Okay, let's read a statement first. Oh, she said, our sister Alaska Night say, Betty Bops, loves, Charleston Zimmerman. Hello. Now, Alaska Night says this, training on VA programs and services. Most of these agents are a veteran. That's the interesting part about it. Military, family member, caregiver, or survivor. The White House VA hotline also answers calls for at crisis risk veterans. Yes, now I understand that, but what if, let me ask you this here, dealing with our brother political podcast, I want to ask you this, sister, and everybody else in the group. What if they need to go in and see a doctor and they're supposed to be seeing one with community care because it may not have been working out for him with the VA doctor? Who do you talk to? Who do you call? Ghostbusters? Come on now. I'm just, what do we do? But you're right, brother, and everybody else. If you feel like doing that, call the crisis number that they have. This is interesting. Anybody, if you know of anybody in here that has ever filed a complaint with the VA, against the VA, at the hospital, and they had a patient advocates, who has ever successfully got an issue resolved with the VA by filing a complaint? Put a yes in the chat or a Y. Put a no in the chat if you did not. If you successfully, yes or no, have you ever successfully filed a complaint against the VA and it was resolved? And let me be honest, I'm talking about something major, not nothing minor. I don't know what's the difference between major and minor. Let us know. Now, Baby Bob says, let me see if I'm, she say, I'm using my private insurance. I hadn't slept for 3 weeks, my Lord. I have hardware removed. I had jaw surgery for correctional bite. The hardware got infected, and when I went to I got to catch up on hers. I went to the jaw surgeon, and I don't know, the SERC. Okay. Service connected. Okay, it's service connected. I've never got one resolved. Love say, Ace, hold on, I'm gonna get that one. No, be afraid of complaining. So you're afraid of complaining because you think there's gonna be blowback if you complain against the VA. Okay. Now, Army George has gotten something resolved by using the 1-800 hotline or complaint. How did you do it? Who did you contact, brother? If you don't mind saying, you don't have, give your personal information, but just let us know who you contact. Let us know that if you can. Now, here we go. Love say, H-Town. My congressperson helped me out with Social Security and the VA. They had a direct line to the federal agencies. Come on now. So now listen, because the patient advocate, I think I may have had some kind of work on, so I might be a little lying. I think the patient advocate did help somebody before. Now listen to what she says here. Contact patient advocate if your VA doctor won't refer you and you live over 40 miles from the VA hospital. Now, listen to Sister Alaska Knight said, give me a moment, y'all. I'm going to snack on I got my milk over here. Y'all keep chatting. I'm going to catch up with y'all. Give me a moment here. In the meanwhile, for those who came in, you didn't tell us yet. Tell us what the temperature is and how low it's going to get tonight. Give me a second. I'm about to snack on something right quick. Thank you for your patience with me, family. I've been on here today. I hadn't really took time to do much, so let me catch up on the chat here. And I thank y'all for joining us and being here and your support. Now let's see what they said here. Alaskan Ice said, how to get community care referrals and schedule appointments before your schedule an appointment with a non-VA provider in our community care network. You must get a referral. Okay. Our VA healthcare team must must approve your care. This is true because I was having an appointment and the person that I had the appointment with was asking me, did I want to go to community care? And I say yes, because I had positive experiences with it. Let's go on reading. Let me continue to read what our sisters say here, Alaskan Ice. Keep reading on this page to learn how to get community care referrals and schedule appointments. Send your VA provider a secure message schedule and manage appointments. So what she says she did, and I want to get to your question in a minute. Let me read these other ones because I want to ask you, and I want you to respond to me in real time, Alaskan Ice. So I'm going to skip over. That's a very good question. Now, okay, Political Revolutionary Podcast says, no, before I was permanent total, I felt my Indian doctor discriminated against me. Was this at the VA or was this outside the VA system? Political podcast. I mailed a discrimination complaint last year and they never contacted me. Did you mail it certified mail? Let us know how you did that. And for those of you coming into the room right now, we're talking about if you want to file a complaint against the VA, what do? We're going to have to do it's going to be hard to do it, but we're going to have to do a broadcast on that. This is interesting. Now, so I'm going to get to yours in a minute because I want to ask you some questions about that Alaskan Night. Now, patient advocate. Yeah, patient advocate. At every clinic inside the VA hospital, they have patient advocates. You can ask for them. If they keep delaying your appointments way out, you can talk to a patient advocate. Yes, every hospital, every clinic should have one. Every clinic and the one over at the clinic out here, he used to work at the VA and he ain't do nothing. I told him I want to change doctors. He fill out all his paperwork and they scheduled me for the same doctor again. Right after that, I stopped going to that clinic for a while. Now, Betty Bob says, I complained with a patient advocate. It was only resolved, only the eyes for cataracts. Okay. It took 3 months and the eye doctor in the community called me and had me to come in that same afternoon, 2 p.m. Come on now. That's why I want to do community care. Now, Alaskan Ice said, I had to speak to she said, I had to speak to one to move from Lake Jackson VA clinic to Houston. So I didn't know that how long had they had a Lake Jackson VA clinic, Sister Alaskan Ice? Let us know. Did they do it when they did the Katy and the Richmond at the same time? Or I just forgot about it. I thought I knew all of them. That's interesting. Now, they only had one doctor and kept telling me to do a walk-in. Stayed and spoke to the PA who kept telling me that she was going to do, and I did not live far from the Angleton, which is to another doctor. Okay. Now, Love, say H-Town. Here in California, every congressperson has advocate in the office that deals with patients from the public. Yeah, okay. Now dealing with federal agencies, okay. Oh, that's a common thing to have advocates, okay. Now, Army George says this, I use community care all the time. VA tried to discourage it. We did a video on that before you got here, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. We did one on, it was about 3 weeks ago to a month, I'm sorry. And they were talking about community care. But I know the law and the rules, okay. Yes, now, VA political revolutionary broadcast said VA doctor in Beaumont Clinic, no, that's the only mistake. I didn't get it certified. Yeah, because now that they can just throw it away. Yeah, I ain't trying to discourage you, brother, but I'm telling you how they operate. Always get a stamped copy, take it into the reading office, stamped copy that is proof. Don't even mail it in. Now, Betty Bob says, get back to the infected, getting back to the infected hardware. I went to the VA hospital to dental, and the dentist said it was an abscess. Oh, Lord, I know how bad those can be. I've had family members that have abscess. I may have had one before. And the VA dentist told me to go to my private dentist. Were they gonna pay for it? Because that was a special thing. They, man, I'll have some to go through the concerns in a timely manner and to help you receive care. If you need help getting care and getting your problem solved, talk to a patient advocate at the VA Medical Center. We want to provide you with the world-class VA customer care service, and this is just one important way in which we do that. Now, and here's the mission statement. Community care eligible for creating access and safe for veterans who face lengthy delays in healthcare and are hindered by state line prohibited telecare appointments. The Mission Act criteria grants a veteran access to community care. Okay, now family, and if a veteran cannot get a primary health care appointment within 20 days. Now, I didn't know that when it comes to health care that they expedited. Okay, the timeline for a specific care appointment is more than 28 days. The location of the veteran primary care health care. Now, then say appointments is more than 30-minute drive. Specialty care appointments require a drive longer than 60 minutes. The VA does not have the service, does not have to service the veteran needs. Yeah, but they service their own needs, don't they? Now, look at what Charleston say. The VA dental only kicks in at 100% disability unless tied to service connection, right? So 100%, like if you have a unemployability, you can get it. The temporary 100%. If you got TDIU, you can get it. And if you're 100% permanent total, those three. Now, when it comes to a temporary 100%, I don't know. I mean, like a scheduled temporary 100%, I don't know. Now listen to what it say. I used the Mission Act and quoted Taja T. Okay. I quoted the Mission Act The VA advocate did nothing. You know what? We might have to show that part right quick. We have to show that what happened with Congress with the community care. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up. All right, family, because that heated y'all when y'all saw that. Because some of y'all are new in here and y'all didn't get to see it. That's true, Alaskan Ice. My friend used a VA patient advocate. He did get the help he needed. Okay. Now she said, I am service connected for dental. So this is one of the first people on the live chat that I know that was service connected for dental. That means they cover all your dental or just necessary dental. Now I want to ask you this. I'm going back here, Alaskan Ice. You gave this number. I called the 1-800 White House hotline listed above. Look at that. Wow. I called the 1-800 White House hotline. Okay. Okay, she listed. I don't see it, but it's in the chat. She said, okay, now, family, this is getting exciting. We ain't trying to hold y'all. We've been on here a long hour and something, but I want to pull that video up because that video dealing with community care was very informative. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, family. Man. Let's see what I can find here. And this is real good information. Look what I'm doing. That's my daughter. I got pictures. I was like, well, pictures of my daughter coming up because I did the wrong text. Okay, my fault. I pull her line of text up. Let me see if I can find it here. Be patient with me, family. All right, now. I'm looking for it right now. Let me see what I got. Oh boy, they're doing dumb stuff. Oh, that's live. Okay. Now maybe it'll find it. I'm looking for the one on community. I saw it earlier. Okay, let's see if I see. You know how that's funny when you looking for something, you can't find it. Okay, they got another one coming up on community care. I might do that one live on the coming up here in a couple of days, okay? We might do that one live. I don't see it, family. I know it's in here. Let me see what y'all got. All right, y'all chat away. I ain't gonna be able to catch up on all that. Let me see, can I have, look at the information our sister putting in there. She putting real good information in there. I'm trying to find it. Y'all give me a moment, y'all. Let me see if I can find it. This might be it. I think this is it, family. Let me see if this is it. Yes, this is it. Now, I didn't go through it like I did before, so let me be patient with my family. Let me see, turn this music off. Let me get over here. Okay, so I want to get to when they're interviewing them. We went over some of this, most of it last time. So give me a second here, family. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. Thank y'all for your patience. Chat away. She gets zip code there. I'm being nosy right there. So let me see, can I pull this up? All right. So let me see. Now I'm gonna watch on this on Communicate. Thanks for your patience, family. But I want to make sure, because I'm doing this impromptu. So some of you wasn't here. So we're gonna go and listen to what the VA was saying to Congress and what Congress was saying about community care. I want y'all to listen to this, right? So come on, family in the room. If you're just coming in, smash that like button. Y'all doing real good on those likes. If you haven't hit that like button, smash that like button. Because we go over these things because people are here and we need to hear them. We went over some of it, but we're going to go over it because a lot of new people in the room. And they got something else coming up real soon dealing with the same issue. And I may do that live. Well, now they usually don't show the faces, so I'm going to have to do a recorded. They'll just have it, the audio, and they don't release the video until later. So that's why I do it the way I do. So let's get into this, family.
Time Adjustment Act of 2024. That was a really long name that one of my staff came up with. But under current VA law, what happens is if a veteran seeks emergency care outside of the VA system, they are required to notify the Department of Veterans Affairs within 72 hours of admission into the hospital so the Veterans Health Administration can cover the costs of that care. And I don't know how many of you have been admitted into the hospital in serious ways, but when you're looking at those bureaucratic requirements and the fact that an individual may be incapacitated or they may be just out of surgery, they may be drugged up on medications that they've never been on in their life.
So what he's saying is that if you go to the emergency room for something that you can't make it to the VA and you want the VA to pay for your health care, we have covered this before. We're gonna reiterate it because they're about to do another one of these about community care coming up. And when that comes up in a couple of days, we're gonna go over that one also. Now, when you go there, you have to notify the VA within 72 hours. Now, listen to what I'm saying. That you've been hospitalized for them to pay for that outside care at an outside hospital outside the VA system. But he said, the congressman said, what if you're incapacitated? So let's listen to what his solution is.
There's a lot going on in their mind that may not have them thinking about. Have they notified the VA within 72 hours of when they came into that facility? In many cases, you may not have any idea how long you've been in that facility. You've come out of anesthesia. There's a host of things that put you into a state of some level of confusion. In some cases, a veteran, they may not have family that are there to support them. So in my mind, that is not a fair expectation to put on a veteran or the family members. So my legislation would make a very simple change. Instead of requiring the veteran to notify the VA within 72 hours of admission, my bill would delay the notification deadline to 72 hours after the veteran has been discharged from that hospital. The legislation cuts the bureaucratic red tape that leads.
That's good. So he's saying Once you get admitted, you may not be knowing who you are. You might be out. You might be in a coma. And he's saying the veteran shouldn't have to notify until they're discharged from the hospital 72 hours after, not once they go into the hospital, which I think is a good thing. What do y'all think? Now, let us continue. I want to show, let's see. Let's show some more here because we want to.
It's obviously an alarmingly high number.
Now they're going to talk about what we're just hitting on the topics that y'all said. When you talk about veterans hurting themselves, this next congressman's talking about that. So let's see what somebody said here. Okay. She says, Alaskan Ice says, walking in VA emergency care for problems you need to take care of right away. Website and contact page. Please review the frequently asked questions if you have problems using. I want to say this. Yes, okay. Send that to me, Alaskan Ice. I've been going over a lot of stuff you sent me, and I appreciate you. If you have the link to where if somebody in the emergency room, so you'll be able to email them, I guess. I didn't know you could email the VA that, hey, I need y'all help. I'm notifying you that I'm in the hospital, or a family member notifying. Now, listen about when veterans self-harm themselves. Now the congressman's going to talk about that. Let's get to it.
Landsman up for 5 minutes to speak on his bill, HR 9924.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman, and thank you to the ranking member. So the bill that we introduced is a bipartisan effort, the What Works for Preventing a Veteran Suicide Act. I do want to thank the subcommittee for hosting this legislative hearing and for the opportunity to discuss this really important piece of legislation. Again, the title is What Works for Preventing Veteran Suicide. It's been a pleasure working in a bipartisan.
Give me a second. I forgot to do something, family. Give me a second. I don't think I did it. Give me a second. I want to say fair use, fair use. This is used for educational purposes and to inform veterans of their benefits and what's going on in the legislature dealing with their care. Fair use. Coasty say good evening, family. Show love to Coasty.
Coalition with my colleagues, Representative DeLuzio, Van Orden, Luttrell, to show our commitment to focusing on proven strategies that save lives. Every day, on average, about 17 veterans take their own lives. It's obviously an alarmingly high number, but one would be an alarmingly high number. These are folks who have served our country, and we owe them everything in return, and certainly the best care possible in their times of need. We spend hundreds of millions of dollars through the VA to prevent suicides, and some of that works and some of that doesn't work. And what we're trying to do with this bill is get the data and the assessments that would be helpful in determining what is working, what's not working, and how do we improve, so that every dollar that we're spending goes to those things that are having a real impact on improving outcomes for veterans who are really struggling. The bill would require the VA to develop best practices for suicide prevention programming, making sure prevention efforts are smarter, more effective, and shared across all organizations inside the VA and outside the VA involved in helping veterans. By focusing on what works, the VA can direct resources to proven strategies helping to prevent more veteran suicides, keeping more and more of our veterans here with us. The bill won't increase costs to taxpayers, and instead it will ensure taxpayer dollars are being used effectively and efficiently. Last year, we introduced and stood up the What Works Caucus, a bipartisan caucus with a mission to ensure our tax dollars are being spent on those things that are working. It is a bipartisan caucus. Those of you who are not part of it are welcome to join. This was one of the first bills that they endorsed, and we hope that this passes and becomes law. And with that, thank you, and I yield back.
Thank you, Representative Landsman. The chair now recognizes Representative Roy for 5 minutes to speak on his bill, H.R. 5287.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you and the ranking member for having us here today. It's good to be back in the committee. I miss it. I was silly enough to go over to the Rules Committee and no longer on this committee, but it's a great place, and appreciate the time to be here. I am here to talk about H.R. 5287, what we call the Veterans Access to Direct Primary Care Act. This bill is one of the first bills that I introduced when I was a freshman.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this one. Though some of you may have seen it before, I want you to pay attention. This is one that he's trying to get passed. This happened a few months before the holidays, Christmas, I think, maybe Thanksgiving. So this happened a few months back. But he's trying to pass one where we can go to outside the VA when we want to. Now, listen to what Alaska Knight says. The Veteran Military Crisis Line is a free, confidential resource that provides the Department of Veteran Affairs support for all service members, including members of the National Guard and Reserve. Okay. And all of their families. Did not know that. Did y'all know that the crisis line was for family members too? I didn't know that. Even if they have not registered with the VA or enrolled in the VA healthcare, the caring qualified responders at the VA Veterans Military Crisis Line are specialty. And I called them before, and they good. What's the name? Say hello, baby bops. Are specially trained and experienced. This is going back to Alaska Nights. Specialist trained and experienced to help service members and veterans of all ages and circumstances. If you or someone you know is in a crisis, there is help. Contact the Veteran Military Crisis Line. Please do so. It helped me. And I know the other veterans say it helped. Alaska Night say doesn't end with the conversation. The responder can connect you with the resources you need. The alternative says, "Hi, baby bops," and then baby bop said, "Did you know that at all?" No, I knew about the hotline, but I didn't know they helped the family members. Didn't I know that? I thought it was just for the veteran. If you're talking to me. Now, excuse me, H-Town, but like the Baker Act in Florida, why would any veteran use the VA crisis line or walk in for self-harm? Now, the thing is, let me explain that to you, my brother. So let me come up. That's a very good question. The issue is that you can go into the VA. A whole bunch of people want to hurt themselves all the time as veterans. You see that the rate used to be 22 a day that took their own lives. Now it's down to about 17, what they're saying. Not that that's a good thing at all. But unless you have a plan right then to harm yourself, they're not going to say nothing. If they ask you in a CMP exam, have you ever thought about harming yourself? Or if they ask you VA, yeah. Are you currently, that's the next question going, are you currently have a plan to harm yourself? That's when things come into issue there. But I get what you're saying. Now, Alaska Knight says the National Center for Homeless Veterans. Okay, if you know any veterans that are homeless, she say, are you or know a veteran who is homeless at risk of being homeless, you can contact the National VA Center, call Center for Help for Homeless Veterans. These, so I guess there's some more. Oh, let me say this here to you. Do they have any special programs in your neighborhood for homeless veterans? In the Houston, that they have a program say no veteran it should be homeless. Some are, but they said because some don't want to be in no facility or building. Now listen, I'm going back. I'm gonna catch yours in a second, love. Let me read the rest of her. Say these. Okay, it will be on record. Walk up to the 6th floor at the Houston VA hospital and speak to someone. Yes, indeed. I think that's the mental health, ain't it? Now, love say H-Town, Alaska Nights is right. The VA did send me information on the crisis line. I did not know that dependents qualified. God dog. I'm learning something new. That's why I say here, family, when we go over this stuff, we learn something new every day. We doing this, family. Now let's get back to what he's talking about. Now we're getting back to the health part of it. And he want to do this program. We talked about this before, where veterans can use community care on a consistent basis or by choice. Listen to what he want to do.
Member of Congress in the 116th Congress. I'd heard a lot from veterans in the district I represent, which is Austin, San Antonio. There's a very, very large veteran population, obviously large active duty population because of San Antonio. But as a result, I've got, and one of the first things I did when I was elected was create a Veterans Advisory Committee and take in input from them. And this was one of the first things that they talked about was running into the wall of bureaucracy is a loaded term. It's be a slight at the VA, but we all recognize the truth and the reality of what a lot of our veterans run into. So they were complaining about that. And at the time, DPC, direct primary care, has been a growing alternative out there in the healthcare world. It's something that I'm championing in the private sector space as well, to be able to give people, because it's gotten kind of like lumped off into this, oh, well, that's concierge and that's for wealthy people. And that's just not true. One of the best DPC clinics I went to was actually in East Austin, where some guys had set up stuff for basically artists and kind of your.
I don't think this is the one I'm talking about. I hope I don't skip him. He the wrong one. He the right one, but no, I don't think he the one.
This falls into that thing that I think
today to discuss
live in Salt Lake City or in urban areas close to a VA hospital. And with that, Madam Mayor, I will yield back. I'm sorry, I was a round trip. So he can see a local eye doctor to get an eye exam, but he can't get his glasses fitted in Southern Utah. So in order to actually get his glasses, the VA will pay for mileage for him to drive to Salt Lake. They'll pay for a room for him to stay in Salt Lake, but they won't pay for him to go to a local eye doctor, get his glasses. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And my concern is that people in my district, most of which is very rural, are just going to not get eyeglasses because of bureaucratic rules that might make sense in a manual or on paper, but they don't make sense for veterans who need eyeglasses to be able to see. And I see from my notes here that the VA doesn't support this bill. So I would ask you to reconsider that and to work with my team, and let's find ways to give good service to the people who've served our country and are now, we owe them good health care. They want good health care, but they don't all live in Salt Lake City or in urban areas close to a VA hospital. And
now, family, who in here live more than 40 miles away from 20 miles of round trip from the VA? I do. Anybody else here lives that far from the VA? How far y'all live from the VA? Anybody within 5 minutes of the VA? Let us know, because that's what she's talking about with the bill she's trying to get done, where they can go in these rural areas and get help. Like I said, we're just going over parts of, especially the good parts.
In their healthcare decisions. Time and time again, the VA has failed to meet
Bill HR 214.
Thank you,
5
Madam Chair.
minutes.
Opportunity to address the committee today. I've worked on this piece of legislation for years, and it's an honor to have the opportunity to explain it to you. My bill is the
Okay, now our sisters say that I am 50 miles away. I get travel pay. Now, how far y'all from the VA? I think I'm 40 miles away from the VA hospital, not the clinic, the hospital. Let us know. How far are you away? H-Town is 40 miles. How far are you from? So you 20 minutes. Okay. Brother Charleston says 20 minutes from my VA hospital. My eyes are well taken care of. Okay. Good, good, good on that. Good on that. I'm gonna keep my face up on the thing because I think people like seeing this. I don't know why y'all like seeing this ugly face. Now, let us continue. Let's listen to what the Congress is proposing about community health care. We went over this before. We're going to do a little chat. You know, those you want.
Veterans True Choice Act, which would give veterans true choice.
So the name of the act that he's trying to get passed is the Veteran True Choice Act. The Veteran True Choice Act. Look into that, because see, they're trying to use military retirement health insurance for veterans can use that to go outside the VA. I believe that's what this is. So let's see what's going on here, fam. And I'm glad. I love the chat that y'all been putting in there. Kosi say he's 20 minutes away. I'm about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on traffic. 45 to 50 minutes. Betsy Bob say I live an hour round trip. 30 minutes each way. Now, is that using tollways? Because some people may not do tollways. Who state offers free tollways to you as a veteran? Let us know. Now, let us continue, family. Let us do this.
Healthcare decisions. Time and time again, the VA has failed to meet the healthcare needs of our nation's veterans. Reports of neglect and outright malpractice by the VA have resulted in unnecessary suffering for our veterans. Far too often, veterans in my district contact me to share shocking and horrifying accounts of their experiences seeking care at VA facilities. Last year, a veteran in my district lost his eyesight in his right eye because the VA refused his community care until it was too late. His community care ophthalmologist even told him that he had come in just a month earlier, his vision could have been saved. The VA's negligence is literally blinding veterans, emblematic of a system drowning in bureaucracy and malfeasance. Even worse, mental health care has been an outright disaster in the VA. Veterans in crisis are succumbing to their own despair because the VA fails to provide timely and effective mental health care when veterans need it the most. Attempts to improve the VA's mental health care have been insufficient to make any lasting improvements for the systematic mental health crises impacting veterans nationwide. Veterans are tired of the endless barrage of excuses and inaction, and we owe it to our nation's veterans to ensure they receive the care they rightfully deserve. Veterans who sacrificed for their country earned and deserve top quality medical care that meets their unique needs. It's time we give veterans true choice in accessing health care that works best for them. My bill would accomplish just that by empowering service-connected disabled veterans with the ability to continue receiving care through the VA, or allow them to access patient private healthcare providers through TRICARE Select and TRICARE for Life. This VA and DoD partnership will improve VA's ability to help veterans select the healthcare program that is right for their healthcare needs. And then
Saying is this, that they'll be able to use, if you're regular military retirees, they get TRICARE for their dependents and for themselves. The regular veteran that's disabled should be able to use TRICARE to go out and get help. I don't know the ramifications. I haven't saw the whole bill, but that's what he's saying. The same thing they use, we'll better go. Alternatives say 45 minutes Is that round trip or one way? Let us know if I think it's one way, right? Now let's see what our sister says, Alaska Nights. And from approved healthcare appointments, find out if you're eligible and how to file a claim. You can go to the travel window. Now, Alaska Night says, I have U.S. Army plates. I registered with 5 toll roads. Hold on. But you have DV plates, right? Because you're 100% last night. Let me know if those plates are also, because you got to register now. They're saying, and on they call them the hot lanes, the ones I think they're on I-10 and Katy Freeway. I didn't register with them yet, but they say you're supposed to register with them too. And Fort Bend is separate now. Yes, indeed. She's in the Houston area. That's why I'm telling her that about registering her disabled veteran plates down here. Now, Charleston says, last year my VA hospital just built and staffed a mental health wing. Would y'all feel better if they do mental health separate from the regular hospital building? Should it be a standalone treatment center? Now she said the alternative say 45 minutes, yeah. And then our brother Zoe Taylor. Zoe, I don't know if you was in here before. I know you was in here before, but I don't know if you saw the rules. What's going on? He said 30 minutes one way. Okay. Now the alternative say one way. Okay, y'all doing 30 minutes one way, 45 minutes one way. That's a long one. Now, brother Zoe, let me pull something up for you here. We've been dealing with the trolls, so you always been good, brother. But we make everybody agree because we had to ban some people and block some people for a while because people started cutting up. And I know you good people, but you ain't never caused no problem. But we make everybody agree. Even I agree. All you got to do is agree that to the rules that you won't incite argument, waste time, or crash out. Get triggered and start crashing out, and cutting up and going on rants. And all you have to do is you see the number 2 is yes in the chat, to the chat rules. That's all you got to do. So put yes in the chat, and then we'll put it up against the rules here, and you should be all right. You can keep checking. Okay, but you got to just put, okay, he put agree. I guess agree is the same thing, so why not? That's a good one. Yeah, yes or agree. I mean, that's even better. So he said that he agrees. He put yes, but you got me that time, Zoe. Zoe, you got me that time. Agree is just as good as yes. That's better. And then Bonnie Woman say, hi, Zoe Taylor. How's it going in Cali, brother? I believe you're in Cali. Brother Zoe, I think he's in Cali. Let her know it's okay. Brother Zoe, is everything okay where you at? Let us know. Now, let's go back up here to these statements. Let's see. Brother says, Army George say, I got a lot of these congressmen and congresswomen are veterans. Yes, boy, you right on top of it, Army George. In this hearing, a lot of them are veterans. The chair lady is a veteran. Her husband is a veteran. You hear what I said? I think she flew helicopters or did. She was a doctor, and she like retired and disabled. Now Alaska Night says this here. She said yes, DV plates. I got them when I was 60%. Yeah, so I got them when I was 50. But in Texas, you have to be 50% or higher to get disabled veteran plates. Now, what I think, if they offer them in your state, y'all that are in California, let me know. Do they offer disabled plates in California for veterans? Do they offer disabled veteran plates in Pennsylvania, in Maryland? Let us know, family. So let me see. Yeah, I got y'all there. He said yes, he agreed. And then let me get this back up on the screen. Thank you so much, brother. Now, Betty Bob say hi, Zoe. We got new people in there, Zoe. We so glad you back, my brother. And we just celebrating this happy Martin Luther King birthday, celebrating his life, his legacy, what he did. Let me tell y'all something that y'all may not know. Did you know that Memorial Day was started by Black people in honoring all veterans? Go look it up. Yes, indeed. Didn't know that, did you? I didn't. Well, I knew it for a while now, but now the alternative say, "Hello, Zoe." Hold on, I say Zoe, Zoli. Break it down so I pronounce it right, brother. Now, then, let's see. Our sister Alaska Knight said, I already had disabled veteran plates, so I printed out me a VA letter and took it in and got my plates. Now, what's your percentage in your state you have to be to get disabled veteran plates? In Texas, it's 50% or higher. Okay? And our brother Z Taylor said, hello, everyone. Then we have Brother Charleston in here saying, hi, Zoe Taylor and the alternative. Y'all, I want y'all to understand this here. That by us interacting like this, people that's watching this recorded, they're coming to the lives. Sister, I'm about to get to her in a second. She say she sit back and watch for a long time. Love say, yes, H-Town here. Now, here's the thing. You being a helpless child, you should be able to qualify. You're a dependent, helpless child. Once you get all your stuff straight, you should be able to get a disabled vet plate in reference to your father. Huh? Press them on it. Now, Army George say in Ohio, you have to be 100% permanent total to get disabled veteran plates. That is a high bar, brother. Wow. Man. Now, it's only 50% here in Texas. Now, let's see what somebody else said. Also, Betty Bob said, in Maryland, you have to be 100% also. But she didn't specify whether it's temporary or permanent 100%. Now, Love say, hey, Z Taylor. And then Z Taylor say, happy MLK Day. He say, like Dolly with Z. Oh, man. It's good to hear from you, brother. Now, let's see what they're talking about here, because I want to get to when we're going to kind of skip forward. We ain't going to watch all of it, but this is some interesting stuff they say.
District like mine, I don't have a VA hospital in my district, so veterans have to travel hours to get anything more than primary care, and those hours can be impactful in someone's health care. So giving somebody true choice and the ability to have TRICARE to go in the community that they have to get the health care they need when they need it, I think would be tremendous. To give you an example, the hospital that I would have to go to if I do utilize the VA for healthcare, the hospital that is assigned to me is called Bay Pines.
Did you hear that? That's a veteran right there. He's a congressman, but he goes to the VA. You hear? So a lot of them, they're trying, hey, they're trying to help not just us, they're trying to help themselves too, which is supposed to be. I ain't got no problem with that. You see? Do we need more veterans in Congress? What you think?
Pines has a 1-star rating by the CMS. So our own government, CMS, is rating that.
So he's saying the VA hospital Pines in this area has a 1-star rating. What does your VA in your area have? I don't know. Sister Alaska Nights, what is the rating for, do we know the rating for the Houston VA? Do you know the rating for the one in Maryland, Sister Betty Bobs? Do you know, Zoe, the rating of your VA in your area? I believe you're in California. What about you, Army George? In Ohio, do you know? In Pennsylvania, Brother Charleston, do you know? Come on, Coasting. In Mass, do you know the rating of your VA hospital? This congressman, he don't want to go to the VA in his area because it's got a 1-star rating. Where did we find an alternative? Do you know the rating of your VA hospital? Come on now. Family, talk to me. This Bionic woman, do you know the rating of your VA hospital in your area? I believe it's in Fort Worth, right? Or is it in Dallas? Talk to me, family. I may not be able to get to everyone now. Love say, yes, true H-Town. I got state disabled place now. I will get VA also. Come on now. Get everything you entitled to, my brother. Let us continue. Let's see what this he's saying here.
Hospital is a failing hospital. The hospital down the road, 20 minutes from my house, is a 5-star rated hospital. Sarasota Memorial Hospital has a trauma center and all of that. So giving veterans the ability to use TRICARE.
So Army George says the one in his area has a 3-point rating. We need to find out. How do you find that out? Oh, look here. Okay, Alaska Knights say the Houston VA got a 3.2. How do you look that up, y'all, so other people can find out what rating their VA in their area have? We need to rate these VA hospitals. So 3.2 for the Houston VA hospital rating. So what that means, 3 out of 5 people make it. You know, I should be joking about that, but and Army George say up at I believe he's in Ohio. Yeah, in Ohio, a 3-point rating. Betty Pops, look what she says. In Maryland, her hospital has a 3-point rating in Maryland. You must have lived Google. Okay. Now, your location. Okay. Now let's see. Look how we learning this stuff. How to get ratings. I never thought about getting a rating for a VA hospital. I'm telling y'all, when y'all come here to H-Town Vet, we're gonna learn something new every time, family. Y'all know this, huh? I'm learning something new every time I come in here with y'all. We're not just talking about the same thing over and over. We might cover similar topics, but we learning stuff. We got so much we need to know about this VA in order to protect ourselves and get the benefits that we deserve, that we actually need to be conversing with each other. I would have never think about rating a VA hospital. And where can we, that's a Bionic woman say, hers now, anybody had a 5, somebody, the highest I've seen so far, I think is a Bionic woman. Let me make sure I'm right. Army George said his is 3.0. Alaska Knights say the Houston, so Army George is in Ohio. His in Ohio, 3.0. Alaska Knights says ours down here in Houston, 3.2. Betty Bops in Maryland, her VA hospital has a 3.0 rating. Okay, now, Betty Bops say your location. It's Houston. Yeah, Houston one. Definitely so. It's same as Alaska Knights. And 3.2. So Alaska Knights say ask online rating or reviews and put in the name. Okay, so ask online rating or reviews. That's the name of it. Online ratings or reviews and put in the name of the hospital. You know, I was the Mikey DeBakey or the VA hospital in Houston. Oh, this is getting interesting. Now, Bionic woman got the highest so far. She say Dallas VA has a 3.4. Do I have to move to Dallas, sister? Coming in, coasting up there in Maryland. It's cold. You may have to wear your jacket to the VA hospital, but guess what? They got a 4-point rating. I got a question for you, brother. When you go to the VA, do you go to that hospital? Number one, I got 2. The second one, do you feel like you're getting a 4-point treatment, 4 out of 5 stars when you go there? Talk to me. Now, let's see what our brother Charleston says. More enlisted in Congress. Sorry, not commissioned. Yes, my VA hospital in Lebanon, PA, that's an interesting name, is high because a senator supported funding back in 1990 and Arlie Specter got passed. Okay, I need to know your rating, brother. Tell me the rating, because I don't know if you put it on there, brother Charleston. Look it up if y'all don't know your rating, because we need to know these things. look at she say ratings and reviews, online rating and reviews, and then put in the name because I don't see it up here, brother. So what's your rating? If you know, if y'all can find it. What's your rating, Brother Charleston? Let's continue.
To go where they need to go, when they need to go, I think will save billions of dollars and give healthcare outcomes to our veterans that are much better than what we have today. This bill isn't about dismantling the VA because that's not what it would do. It's about giving every service-connected disabled veteran access to the highest quality care they are so rightfully due. It's time to put veterans first and give them a true choice to find care that best meets their needs. I yield back.
Thank you, Representative Stubbe. As is my practice, I'll reserve my time until all other members have had a chance to ask their questions. I now recognize Ranking Member Brownlee for 5 minutes for any questions she may have.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Peabody, thank you for being here. One provision of the Chairman Bose's bill, the Complete the Mission Act, codifies VA's existing community care designated access standards and bars VA telehealth appointments from being factored into veterans' community care eligibility. I'm referring to the wait time and drive time standards that make veterans eligible for referrals to private sector providers if a VA appointment isn't accessible.
So I want you to understand what they're saying here. The way the VA is getting around scheduling you, if you can't schedule for an appointment in person in a timely manner, to keep you from going to community care, they scheduling you for telehealth. Okay? So my question to you, do you enjoy telehealth? I kind of like it, but would you rather, if you had the choice, would you do telehealth or would you go to community care? Let us know. Now let's see what Baby Bob says. Yeah, Baby Bob said VA hospital in Baltimore 3.0. They must have lied. I would give them a 1 star. Oh Lord, Baby Bob. Baby Bobs, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, lady. I'm sorry, sister. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Okay, who would prefer telehealth? Put telehealth. If you would prefer community care, put community care. Who would prefer community care? Okay. Oh, you can even rank the clinics. If you go to a clinic, rate it too, because our sister just did one. A 1 star. So I would rather I put a C, put a CC for community care. If you rather go community care, put a CC. If you rather go telehealth, put telehealth. I'd rather go community care myself. Now let's see what our sister got jokes up in here. She say they must have lied 1 star. It takes 3 months to see by primary care doctor. Lord have mercy. Who would rather do community care or let them do it over the computer where you talk to the doctor by your phone or by your computer or television, whatever you got to do? That's telehealth. Now, let's see. I'm going to get to that and I'm going to get back to it. So our brothers say telehealth, and I'm going to get back to y'all other comments. Our brother Z Taylor say telehealth. Our sister Betsy Bob say community care. Somebody keep track of the count. H-Town say community care. That's what CC stand for. The alternatives say community care. Alaska Night say community care. Well, I mean, yeah, she say, and it depends on the type of appointment. Now, there's some appointments that you may need a physical exam, so you can't do it. So that's telling me if you had the option, I'm assuming, Alaska Nights, you would actually do community care. But you would do telecare, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, if you could get it done and you don't need to go into a hospital. Now, now this is good. Now I agree with the alternative. I would do telehealth for mental health appointments. See, this supposed to be a short time tonight. Y'all trying to keep me on here. It wasn't that many people, and now y'all tricking me. See what I'm saying? Y'all keep the conversation going like love. I ain't got time for y'all. Let me catch back up to the reading because I saw a number down there. Somebody doing good. I ain't forgot y'all up here. Okay, must have lied. Now, Coastie said, yes, I use, they're pretty good. Talking about his hospital. I think it depends on what you're doing there, going there for. Yeah, so his was like a 3.4. So his was the highest. Now, this is interesting. She rated the clinic. Do me a favor, Sister Alaskan Ice, if you don't mind. Can you rate the Katy Clinic, Katy, Texas Clinic, and the Richmond Clinic? Or one of y'all do that for me? Because I'm kind of busy right now. As you can see, I got a live stream going on. You understand? Now, family. So the alternative say, where at alternative is your VA? Say 3.4. That's pretty high. Is it? Are you in the same state as Coastie? You in Massachusetts? I can't say the word that good. Baby Bob say, hold on, we said that part. Now let's see what Alaska Night say, I have 2 computer appointments on Tuesday. You got 2 computer appointments on the same day? You're not nervous? I couldn't do 2 on the same day. And we'll end at the end of the month. Wow. So now listen what Baby Bob say, mental health, telehealth. Why do y'all prefer doing mental health appointments, telehealth? I prefer it too, but why do y'all prefer to do mental health over the phone than in person? That's an interesting thing. I feel more comfortable at my home talking about my mental health conditions. I don't know. Do I feel more vulnerable or something? I don't know. Look at San Diego. Z Taylor said 4.5 stars for his VA down there. Huh? And that's the San Diego Mental Health Clinic. Oh, that's the clinic. Okay. Okay, that's his mental health clinic. Now, I'm learning so much from y'all tonight. Now, listen, for those who are watching live and recording, we appreciate y'all coming in. If you get a chance, smash that like button. Now, listen what Brother Charleston say. H-Town, Lebanon, PA, has a 5-star, 4 years in a row. Hold on, I'm moving to PA. I'm moving to Pennsylvania because the benefits are good up there for veterans too. I'm gonna move up there with Brother Charleston, huh? I'm gonna be living and I'm gonna be shoveling snow. You hear what I said? I'm getting out of this Houston area. It's cold anyway. It seems like I'm going up there. I ain't going back to Cali, brother. Brother Taylor. I'm gonna go up there to PA and hang out with my brother. What we eat up there? What kind of food? That Philly cheesesteak. Now, is that Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right? Oh, man. So let's see what we got. Now, sister says here, I agree. Telehealth for mental health, self-hypnosis, and move class. Oh, you do the move class? I went into the move class for weight before. Who's ever went to the move class? In there for weight? I think that's what it was. Now, the alternative say Audrey L. Murray Memorial Veteran Hospital. That's the longest VA name I've ever seen. Well, we got Michael E. DeBakey, so that's long too. He was a doctor in the Houston area, famous doctor. Now, Baby Bob said the clinics have all the doctors at the main hospital, so it's a waste of time. Wow. Now, listen to what it say here. Oh my. Yeah. I'm coming up there. He said, oh wow. You wasn't expecting all that. Wait. Yeah, I want some of the Philly cheesesteak. Where is it? Chicago where they got those chili dogs? They famous for the hot dogs. They opened up a place down here. Now let's see what our Congress lady is saying. Real good, family. We doing this interactive. And I don't mind when y'all get ready, y'all want to wind it down, let me know.
Could you elaborate on why VA opposes Section 101 of Mr. Boss's bill, and how do wait times outside of VA compare to those within VA facilities?
Thank you for that question, Ranking Member. It is not believed that it's necessary to codify our existing regulatory access standards. We believe that such an action would limit our ability to adjust to market forces that warrant, that impact access and require Congress to change the law whenever such a change is warranted. So we'd like the flexibility to be able to make changes to match industry best practices and meet veterans' needs. To address your question about wait times, in general, our wait times within VA are significantly faster than what we see in the community, and that includes both veterans who get care through our community care program, as well as veterans who access care through another mechanism, like through their own insurance. We publish our wait time data on the Access to Care website on www.
Now, what I want to ask you now, I want to ask y'all a question. Who in here, and we talking about the VA hospital, what we know what rating 1 out of 5 stars that they give them. I ain't talking about you can say the clinic, but if you want to use it, but the VA hospital, I can say you can say the clinic if that's what you go. What rating do you give yours? Not what their overall rating. What rating do you give these ones you mentioned? Mine is the Richmond Clinic. That's the main one I go to. So I'm going to give them a rating right now. Oh boy, what did I do there? All right. Put in the rating that you have. I give my Richmond Clinic 3 point, but they 3.4. I give them a 3. What you give your the VA hospital that you go to or clinic? What rating do you give them? I know what they have, but what rating do you give them? Let us know in the chat.
10012, the C Act came about because I had a constituent in rural southern Utah who couldn't get to Salt Lake City to get his glasses.
Oh, that I moved it by accident. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let us get that back right, because I knew something had glitched out. Okay, let me move that.
Would you agree with that? And do you think we need to dig deeper for better solutions?
Thank you for that question. We do agree that the current legislative authorities that we have, as well as any administrative actions that we could take to streamline, would be a bit of a patchwork quilt, so to speak. And so we're very open to talking with committee staff about how we could streamline some of our emergency care authorities.
Thank you, and I yield back, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Representative Brownlee. The chair now recognizes Representative Murphy for 5 minutes for any questions he may have.
Now, Baby Bob says, I'm driving 2 hours to Mr. Zimmerman and go to hospital. Okay, I guess she's talking to you. They barely want to refund the travel pay to Perry Point, 2-hour drive. All hospital clinics that have all the doctors come from Baltimore VA hospital. Now, let me ask you this here. The reason they started a lot of clinics, but they don't want to pay travel pay, they say it's to help veterans. I guess are you satisfied with that, with those clinics? I got a couple more people we want to cover. I want to hear what she has to say, and I maybe another congressperson.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you guys for convening this meeting. I appreciate the charge of our VA is to take care of all our veterans and be that safety net, be there for everything. However, I just have to push back on the maligning of community care. I'm actually one of those people that has done it for 30 years. And there are 2 things that I think we just need to understand and agree upon. Number one is community care essentially is specialty care that the VA cannot offer.
Now, understand, he is a medical doctor. He's a congressperson, but he's a medical doctor. And it's another one, I believe, up there is a medical doctor, the chair lady that's in charge. And she's a veteran too.
That's primarily what it is. And Specialty care by its definition is more expensive because guess what? Those are specialists. And they oftentimes need surgical intervention, which guess what? Is more expensive. And so just, maligning community care just because it's more expensive, you have to understand why it's more expensive. It tends to be specialty care. I'm a specialist, I'm a surgeon, I'm a specialist. It costs more when you operate on those things. The other thing is wait time. Wait time for primary care out in the community can be long now, but it's even exacerbated now because we have too few specialists in this country. So yes, wait time is longer, but it's because they are specialists. So again, when we're making this discussion, and I hate that it's a pro-con thing because I worked as best as I could always to provide our veterans with the best care. The problem is the VA never followed up. We were never sent records. We were never sent anything. It's a big black box. So it's much more difficult to take care of veterans in the community because the VA doesn't want you to. And I can understand that to a point where you're trying to provide a body of care, but the fact that the VA will sometimes just literally not cooperate at all hurts the veterans. So I think that's important. I think another thing I think that needs to be brought out is Dr. Anal had said earlier they're working on trying to get inefficiency and productivity within the VA system. If a VA doctor sees 7 patients a day, when the community would see 25 or 30, that's an issue. So that's an issue within the VA that the VA needs to take care of itself.
That's an interesting point. Do you think the VA doctors need to see more? They only see it about 7 or 8 in the system, where outside doctors see, close to 15? Or is that a good thing they spend more time? Now, let me see what our brother Coasty is saying here. He says, anything serious like operations, I have to go to Boston, which is an hour each way. They have a 4.2 rating. If they're doing surgery, I hope they do have a high rating. Now, here we go. Betty Bob says, I got busted out to Perry Point, a 2-hour drive from my home. The travel person was extremely nasty. Oh, for 2 hours you had to, wow, that's horrible, sister. Extremely nasty, that all I wanted to do was get the money for travel pay. They said that to you? I mean, people, man, any care you have to go back to Baltimore. Man, they handle you like that. Betty Bob say, that is when I learned about patient advocate. I learned about patient advocate, I want to say about 2012, 2014, somewhere around there, out of my frustration. Now, what I want to do, I'm going to move up into the, we're going to do the last little part here. I know it's a lot of people in there, and I appreciate y'all staying with us, but I want to, he asked a question. Oh, I want you to hear the doctor talk. Oh, yeah. So let me see. I had 3 surgeries done there. Okay, good. Now, yes, the woman said 2012. Now, Alaska Knight says, Houston Mayor John Whitmire said, stay at home, 3 to 4 inches of snow tomorrow. Oh, Lord. In Texas, in the Houston area, y'all, we don't get that kind of snow. Come on now. Y'all be safe at the house. I guess y'all snowed in. Y'all gonna have to just drop off because I guess we're gonna be playing a little more here. Oh man, everybody got their hot chocolate. Anybody got their hot chocolate? Let's see what he's talking about here.
In a correct
He
period
about
of time.
to talk to one of the VA doctors.
What am I supposed to say to them, Ms. Peabody? I mean, there's only so many calls and so many times that we would reach out to say, hey, can you get this person in, et cetera. What am I supposed to say that? Because please don't paint this as a beautiful picture because it's not. That's not what we hear from our constituents.
Thank you. I'd like to turn that to Dr. Scavella.
Yeah, so thank you for that question. So you raised several concerns that we are working to address. So we are very pleased that in some areas we have done a great deal to improve quality and access to our veterans, but we do recognize that there are pockets in our system where we do need to make improvements. So you raised several concerns. One, we actually do have just under 100,000 veterans who are actually getting primary care in the local community, and I do recognize it as a specialty since I'm an internist.
Oh, so she's an internist, so she's that's them high paying doctors there. That dog, do she have a husband? I shouldn't be saying that. Does she have a husband? Huh? I'll be a stay-at-home husband. Now, here we go. Alaska Night say bad weather starting at 10 p.m. Family, find out in y'all area, will y'all be able to drive? What is the one? Don't get out there without checking. Thank you for letting me know, Alaska Nights, because we live in the same area, but I'm on the west side, and I think she up by Lake Jackson. And ain't Lake Jackson like the northeast side, sister? I forget what Lake Jackson is. Now, Charleston said, warm up the snow shovel, H-Town. Let's see, look, hold on. See, he triggered me. I'm triggered. Huh? When y'all, hey, hold on now. Hold on. Listen, you know I live in Houston. I don't have no snow shovel. That ain't fair. You the one that have it on speed dial. This man got, huh? When they ask who hurt me, guess who hurt me? Brother Charleston. Who hurt you? Brother Charleston. You know, I do have one. This is embarrassing, brother. You know why I have one? I got one because I use it for leaves and other stuff in the yard. It's just big enough to do all that. Isn't that sad? I use it for non-snow purposes. I hope that's a snow shovel. Now, Alaska Night say life-threatening Arctic blast. Oh, y'all, look, let me make sure the thing cracked for my street cat. I got a street cat. Let me make sure my garage cat. So let's play a little bit here. I'm asking this last one here. Oh Lord. Now, make sure your pets are in. What happened down in Texas when it snows? Oh, what happens down in Texas when it snows? Are you able to clear the roads? Yes, they clear the roads. Like, it's not too bad here, but they clear with like some kind of rock solvent. The real problem is overpasses. They have to close them down sometimes because we have so many overpasses here in Texas that ice, they end up freezing on the overpass. Now, let's what he say. He say, I am cold, H-Town, sorry. Yeah, he say, who hurt me? See, that's why I say we can have fun, we can talk trash. We family here. Alaska Night said, Coastie, some roads will be closed because of the snow and ice, because we tend to get sleet. You know that black ice, some of you been in Germany, and that's real dangerous, that black ice, because you can't see it. It look like the pavement. He said, oh, okay. Now.
So that is a portion of what we're providing, but you're correct in that for specialty care, for subspecialty care, for surgical care, that is more expensive and the wait times are longer. So we do recognize that, and we are working to try to address that both internally.
Nothing need to address, it's just a fact. And so when you malign the community care and saying, well, your longer wait times, well, it's because everybody has longer wait times to see a specialist. That's all. I just want the vocabulary to be fair. That's all.
We understand that. I take that at full face value. The other thing is we do have an interoperability play.
Okay, I want to move up a little bit. Let's see. Tell me if you think this congressman was a little mean. Some of y'all seen this before. Some of y'all didn't get to see it. Let me know. Let me see what we got here.
The VA refuses to assist that. Opening statement, you you listed a bunch of successes, which I'm going to piggyback off what Mr. Murphy was just speaking on. The successes are great, and I applaud the efforts of the VA to get those. Make no mistake about it, we hear from our constituents and myself and the rest of the community members, we visit all of our VAs in our districts, in our states, and nationally. And the problems that I have, and I'm a very rural area too, so my veterans have to travel. And to Ms. Malloy's statement, if you're going to have a veteran traveling 490 miles to get a set of eyeglasses because community care refuses, the VA refuses to assist that veteran in community care, that's a big deal. Something that needs to be directly addressed. Now, in HR 1639, I'm going to talk to you, Ms. Peabody. Ms. Cavell, you may be the one that's going to jump on top of this. The VA's Zero Suicide Demonstration Project Act, which the VA opposes. Now, the VA opposes it. It says VA does not support this current bill for clinical, fiscal, empirical, contractual, and technical and empirical reasons, which are elaborated in the following responses from the VA. How many veterans did we lose last year from suicide?
Yeah, so thank you for that question. And obviously, we are committed to ensuring that we are providing the best possible care. That number is going to be forthcoming in our annual report, which is going to be released this week.
Last year, not this year. How many last year did we lose?
I don't have the number in front of me.
Over
so
4,000.
Yeah.
You
So
know how many was the year before that? Over 4,000.
correct.
In the past, I'll just throw this out there. I need to get the exact number. And I would say in the past decades, when Congress gives the VA money for suicide prevention, to take that number completely down to zero, the number of suicides over the past 50 years plus has increased. So when I read the reason that the VA opposes 1639, the VA has the same problem. So I take offense to the VA saying that what we're trying to do to decrease that number, you have a problem with, because I have a problem with the VA. You're failing when it comes to preventing veterans from committing suicide. The number is growing, continuing to grow. So I don't want you to sit in front of me and tell me that we're having a bad idea when you have no idea whatsoever. Now you sitting in front of me, so I'm going to wire brush you for this, okay? And you can go back to yell at whoever you want. But as hard as we're working to try to fix this problem, don't present to us the same problems that the VA has and not give us a better answer than that.
Now let's see here what we're saying. Okay, so let us know how the weather's going there. So Army George say, when I was stationed at Fort Hood, they didn't drive very good in the snow. LOL. That's a true statement. All the way true. Now, let's see what Alaska Nights. Thank you for letting us know. And let us know up in northern Texas, Sister Bionic Woman, if you're still here. Let us know if y'all have an advisory to stay at home. Alaskan Ice, and let us know in y'all areas or wherever you at if there's an advisory to stay at home so we can inform people. Because some people are going to watch this live and record it. Alaskan Ice says, tomorrow, low in Lake Jackson, 19 degrees. Wednesday, the 15th. Let me tell you something. I just fed the cat out there, but I'm going to make sure the cat all right. Y'all stay safe where y'all at. And that's why, I appreciate y'all being here. You remember that year that had that freeze and our pipes burst down here in the Houston area in Texas? Do you know, I looked at the, what do you call that? I looked at the, what I want to say though, what was it I looked on the temperature on my phone. You know how you can get the temperature? It had got down to 13 degrees. Yes, it did. Everybody show love to our brother Kevin Cobart Sr. We want to say to our brother Kevin, thank you for joining us. What you think about our backdrop? Tell us how that weather. Are you gonna have a freeze? Who's gonna have to stay in the house for our brother? Everybody show love to Kevin. He say in some areas. Okay, she said in some areas. Okay. You got to stay at home in some areas. Okay. Now, Coasty say, because Texas is a big place, around here. Now, Coasty say, yeah, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. If you haven't done it so far, smash that like button, family. Can you do that? It's 33 degrees here now. And I'm gonna look and see what we doing on the likes. Give me a second. I didn't get a notification. Is there anybody that who didn't get their notification? If you didn't get your notification, put a 1 in the chat for the live stream. They didn't send you a notification. I didn't get one for my own channel. All right. Let me see what we're doing here. So family, let me see. We got, okay, smash that like button as you come in here. The likes are pretty good. So nobody got the, so, oh, hold on, turn that off, turn that off. So nobody got the notification. I didn't get it. Betty, Kevin. Usually I get the notification. This time I didn't. And say, update just fell to 8 degrees. Family, I need to know right now. We need to do what you call a temperature check, okay, family? So what I need to know at H-Town, because this weather is becoming, we're going to get back to this here. We want to hear from you, family. What that weather is right now. Now, brother say, tell me what that weather is. What's that temperature? Temperature check, family. Temperature check. What is your temperature right now in your area? I'm gonna put mine in there. It went down. I spelled degrees wrong. Oh boy. So look, 33 here in H-Town and where I'm at, west side of Houston. Coastie says 10 degrees. We doing a temperature check. Look at the screen, family. What's your degrees? Let me know. Our brother Kevin said, hold on. He said, brother Kevin said what? He said, evening, Betty, Coastie. And our brother, going back to our brother Zimmerman, he said that it's 8 degrees. Just got to 8 degrees. Betty Bob said it's 11 degrees. And Kevin said Memphis, Tennessee. So in Maryland, it's 11 degrees. It's 10 degrees with Coastie over in Massachusetts. And I know I can't say it right. Then Betty said currently 11 degrees now, dropping to 8 degrees in Windsor Mills, Maryland. And then brother Kevin Colbart Sr. say 21 degrees in Memphis, Tennessee. Who would think that Memphis would be doing it like that? Now, our sister say that it's Alaskan ice is 36. Did they say what it's going to drop down to in your area, sister? It's 36 where you at, and it's 33 where I'm at. What is it going to drop down to? Now we got Army George saying what? And let me pull out where I can see this better. So I need to make this a full screen. Army George says that it's 4 degrees, no school for the next 2 days. Did they cancel school in any of y'all areas? Alaskan Ice, did they cancel school over in that side of town? Let us know. Give me a sec, fam. I'm looking for something. Now, let's see. Y'all been chatting away. Now, let's see what y'all have here. Alaska Night says that freezing rain tomorrow. Oh, does it help if you keep your car in the garage? We'll go down to 27 degrees. Charleston says that it's freezing. Ugh. Now, I bet you have a Parker jacket, don't you? The alternative say 30 degrees in NB, Texas. What is NB, Texas? I know you said where you stay. Where's NB? What's NB, Texas? What's NB? That's an interesting one. I'm trying to think of what's NB, Texas. Now, Betsy Bob says, yes, here. It will be 80 degrees, and then they will cancel school. Wow, that's crazy. Let me put it where I can see it better here. Now let's see what we got here. Oh Lord, she say, yes, school is canceled in all areas that it is affected, and it is a lot of areas. So the alternative say no school in her area, and that's in Texas also. Now listen to what Alaska Night says about Bay City, Lake Jackson. There is a list. Okay, where do you find that list? Online or on your phone? Do they contact the parent? Yeah, that's right, New Brownsville. I'm sorry, the alternative. I forgot. I say New Brownsville is two separate words. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry, sister. So Alaska Night says low will be 15 to 17 degrees tomorrow. What? No wonder my daughter told me I can't leave home. I told her I'm grown. Can you believe I almost got into an argument with my daughter because she telling me, Dad, you gonna be trying to go somewhere tomorrow. I know you are. You don't need to be going nowhere. I'm like, wait, give me a choice. Don't I have a choice? I wasn't going nowhere, but you know, she older I get, and the older she gets, she treat me like I'm the child. But I hope she ain't listening. I love you, baby. Now let's see what it says. Now, Army George says, H-Town question. Why don't you have super chat? Oh, great question. Family, let me come up on the screen now. Family, several people have asked me this. Okay. I got to be honest. I'm not monetized because I don't know how to do it. Can somebody send me a good video on how to monetize? I've already met the requirement. Do you know I'm going on 11,000 watch hours? Did you know that? You only need 4,000, but because you wonderful people, I'm almost at 11,000, and you don't need but 1,000 subscribers to get monetized. So I got to get monetized to do the super chat. Thank you for asking me. Everybody, getting on my case about that. Look who just checking in. Look who just checking in. Veteran Policy Plug say, good evening, family. Just checking in. Brother, you know what you're going to have to check in with? Let me tell you what you got to check in with. The temperature, brother. We want to know what that temperature is where you at and what it's going to be. Because we're concerned about you, brother, Veteran Policy Plug. And we did let them know that you are a life insurance broker and a veteran. And at the beginning of the broadcast, we went over your credentials and everything. So for those who came in late, if you need life insurance, he's licensed in at least 9 states. Now that's a good question, Army. Now, last can I say YouTube videos and Facebook. If y'all find one, because the ones I try to use to get monetized, the VA, YouTube ain't set up like that. And when I click on the thing to get monetized, it goes nowhere. I'm gonna get back to you. They never get back to me. I don't know how to do it right. Now, Betsy Bob say, Mr. Policy Plug, hello, glad you're doing okay. We're so glad. Stay off of them streets. What does it look like that weather gonna be where you at, brother? Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you hear this? He say 21 feet, like 15 tomorrow, expected snow. My Lord. And 7. Oh boy. Praying for you. Y'all be safe. Y'all be safe. Everybody be safe out there. Come on, family. Let me know what is going on, what it's all about. As y'all come into the room, make sure you smash that like button. Can you do that? Smash that like button, family. Let me see. All right. Smash that like button, family. I'm looking to see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay. We got 12 people. Okay. Smash that like button if you. So let's see what we got here. Alaska Knight say, I didn't mean to post the above. I am trying to take it off. Oh, okay. YouTube videos and Facebook. Okay. Share this on social media, family, when we get a chance. Now, ain't no problem. You ain't got to take that off. If y'all find a video, send it to me in the email, okay? Send it to the H-Town email on how to get monetized, because that was a good question. I just been focusing on these. I probably have to take a break for a while to get all my social media hooked up and everything. Oh, no, that ain't what I'm trying to show you here. That's the email. So if you have any good videos on how to get monetized on YouTube, send it to me at htownvetnorthside@gmail.com. We really would appreciate it. Okay. And then Veteran Policy Plug say, hey, Betty Bops, glad to be here. And then Coasty say, hey, Plug. Now, family, that internet, I don't know if that's freezing out there, freezing them transformers. My internet been acting a little crazy over here, but hopefully it's been okay on y'all end. Then our brother say, hey, Coasty, how are vets? Okay, salute. Let me see if I can find the part that I'm trying to get to. Now we're going to watch this last part and we're just going to chop it up after this. I want you to hear what the Congress lady said. I hope that this is her part, okay? The one that's the chair. All right? Let's go to her. Because she's a doctor and a veteran, and so is I think her husband. So let's let her speak for herself.
Thank you very much, Representative Malloy. I now recognize myself for 5 minutes for questions. Ms. Peabody, do you think veterans should have agency in their healthcare choices? Should the veteran or the government decide what type of healthcare is best for them?
Now, you see, I love that direct question. Should the veteran have independence in choosing where they want to get healthcare at? You saw she was quiet as a church mouse. She reworded it so she could ask the question. Let me know if you see her answering the question. The VA, Ms. Peabody, the representative from the VA. Not the doctor, the other representative.
Thank you for that question. Yes.
I recently spoke with a veteran who was told by the VA he'd have to wait 3 months for an in-person primary care appointment, but could be seen by telehealth in 2 weeks. The veteran hadn't been to the doctors in years and wanted to be seen in person, but couldn't wait 3 months. Your testimony suggests that this individual shouldn't be eligible for community care. Is that correct, or am I misinterpreting what you said?
I'm happy to take that question. So in that case, we would want to make sure that we're not unduly delaying that veteran's care, understanding that if he or she has not been in for care, you're right, Dr. Miller makes, there could be some issues there. So we would want to have the conversation with a veteran. Often we find that, you know, the information is delivered and perhaps there wasn't bidirectional communication. So in that case, we would love to make sure we're doing what we need to do for that veteran.
Now she talking about doing what they need to do. What if the veteran like myself just want to go to community care? What if I don't want to go to the VA? No matter how y'all talking about we want to do what's right. I want to go to community care.
Veteran, if that's an actual patient.
It's an actual patient, actual story.
If you could pass that on to us, we'd
So
like to help.
and thank you, Dr. Scavella, the access to care wait times that you mentioned earlier, Ms. Peabody, do you know if that is in-person care only, or if that is combined in-person care with telehealth, which are vastly different and addresses this question I had earlier?
I would like to take that for the record. Fair question.
Okay, so if you can get back to us exactly the wait times on in-person visits, for requests for in-person visits, exactly the wait times for telehealth visits, and the combination, those two should be separated. I'm just going to mention, because I'm an ophthalmologist, I'm going to just follow up on Representative Malloy's question.
Somebody tell me what an ophthalmologist is. Is that a dentist? What is that? That's a medical doctor, like a surgeon for the mouth or something? What is an ophthalmologist? Does anybody know? I forgot. Huh? What's an ophthalmologist? Anybody know? I don't know. If y'all find out, let me know. And thank y'all. I'm so glad that we can come together. This is the last individual we're going to look at, and then we'll go from there. Anybody know what an ophthalmologist is? Oh, oh, Lord. Now, does that mean an eye doctor is a regular MD, right? Okay, that's right. Well, my Lord. I don't want to be messing with nobody's eyes. Eye doctor, okay, ophthalmologist, okay. Okay, I forgot that because I had totally forgot. Now let's see what the doctor, the Congress lady, doctor and veteran, man, she got a lot of titles.
If the VA wanted to handle this issue and it were a contractual issue, there are ways to do that, i.e., the veteran goes, gets their eye exam at a VA facility. In this case, it's a 500-mile round trip for the veteran in Ms. Malloy's district. They get their eye exam, they get their glasses, they have the prescription, they get their glasses through the contract that you have to get glasses at an attractive price for the VA and for the taxpayer. We appreciate that. However, why couldn't the veteran be given the option that in order to get we can mail you your glasses, and then you can take them to somebody in the local community privately and pay for them to be fitted or adjusted? And especially our veterans have bifocals, so I can see why you want them to get fitted for their glasses.
I know that may sound petty talking about glasses, but some of us wear bifocals and we need them to drive, to do a lot of things in life, to read, to be on lives. Well, I can do it without it, but I do need bifocals sometimes.
Or you can come back to the VA. Either or, it's going to be less expensive for the VA if you're paying for travel for 500 miles round trip and a hotel for an overnight stay. So there's out of the box thinking that you could have come to us, to Congress, to Representative Malloy and said, let's help you fix this problem, which it doesn't seem like you're intent on doing. So both as a veteran and as a doctor, to me, I find that there are multiple barriers put up to receiving community care. And quite frankly, veterans in our military strength, veterans go back to communities. They don't go back to VAs. They don't go back to military hospitals. They go back to a community. And that community may be miles and miles away from a VA facility. The care may be excellent. You may have high approval ratings for the care that you receive. But if you can't get that care, if it's 3 months to wait, And Dr. Scavella, if an individual had to wait 3 months for a primary care appointment, please tell me, and I've trained residents at VA hospitals, how in the world does that impact your training of residents? You're seeing the same number of patients. A 3-month wait only impacts the veteran. It doesn't impact the residency training program, does it? How does that?
No, I agree with you. And so I think in that case, we would have to look at what we were offering that veteran to make sure.
Yeah, it's an overwhelming job dealing with these things, but we want to make sure. Let me ask you this here. Who in here feels like we need more VA hospitals? And that would be the solution. If you think more VA hospitals would be the solution, put Y or yes in the chat. If not, put an N or no in the chat. Who thinks if they build more VA hospitals, I mean a lot of them, one for the Houston area, one from the Dallas area, one for the rural areas, who think that will solve things? Now let's see what we got going here. While y'all doing that, we're gonna finish her. She got a few more minutes, and that'll be in. We don't need to watch this part no more because she gives good information. Now let's see what our brother George says. Army George say the Department of Veteran Affairs are starting to make veterans go to self-help programs, i.e. the MOVE program, in order to do community care. Did not know that. Now, so some say we need to do more hospitals. I'm gonna get to you. Let me find the veterans saying that we should have more VA hospitals and that will help out. That probably take the load off. Then that would deal with the emergency problem. Veterans wouldn't have to go far. We need one out here in the Richmond area. All the little, how far apart should these VA hospitals be? A mile? I mean, not a mile. Like there should be every how many miles it should be a VA? Every 50 miles? Every 100 miles? Or what? Now, Veteran Policy Plug said yes. Army Joyce said yes, there should be more VA hospital. Kevin said there should be more VA hospital. Baby Bob said yes and no. I'm gonna get back to your answer. A little more complex. Let me catch up on this. Charleston say no. Private eye doctors. This is a different question. Don't do much eye care, just contacts and lenses and glasses. Okay. Oh, okay. So they don't do surgery. Okay, so eye doctors like when the doctor go and they dilate your eyes. Now, Betty Bops, try 1 year for an eye doctor here in Maryland. Oh no, it used to be like that here in the Houston area. You remember that Alaska Nights? It used to be a 1 year to see a vision doctor. Now, Charleston Zimmerman say, I got glaucoma. VA diagnosed it. Yes. Now, so okay, we got that. One is definitely help. Okay. It will definitely help. Okay. He said we should have multiple ones. Now down here, the Army George says they built a big, beautiful woman in Windsor, Canada. Now, so now you said a big, beautiful a woman. They built a big, beautiful woman up there. George, let me know what you said. Okay, now Betty Bob says yes and no. You're going to need those doctors to fill those positions. Oh, just having more hospitals is not the only problem. If you ain't got no doctors or staff in there, more nurses. Now let's see what our Army George say. Sorry, talking into phone. Now that happens. That's just fun. I do it, and all kind of weird stuff come out. I'd be careful. I'd be careful I send stuff because it be saying that phone be saying some wild stuff, especially those iPhones. Now, Alaska Nights say they sent me to Walmart in Lake Jackson for an eye test and said that if I wanted the same pair, I would order it at the Richmond VA. if I want to change frames, I would have to go in and I can get the frames at I Buy Direct for $50. Now I got mine. You know how much they told me? Let me come up on the screen. Because I want this time I would get the ones you don't pay for. Because you know when you go to you 100% you go over there. I got the ones that you pay extra $100 because these here they tint when the sun out and they do something else. They change that and they do some other crazy stuff. Real good. Let's see now. Let's see what he's saying here. Veteran Policy Plug say, I may be wrong, but there is one in Atlanta. Okay. Now, Army George say sorry. Talking to the phone. Yeah, I heard that part. You good. Now, I got it. I'm sorry, bro. We just having fun here. Then Army George say they're building a big, beautiful one in Windsor across the bridge from Detroit. Oh, okay. Now let's finish this last piece up and we're gonna close it out. We thank y'all for being here. We weren't meant to be here no 3 hours, family. 3 hours and almost 3.5 hours. Now let's get this in.
We were being, doing the appropriate thing. Oftentimes we'll have a discussion and there's a telehealth option available and a face-to-face option. And if the telehealth availability is sooner, often patients will accept that as an option as opposed to waiting. And the reason why we have that mismatch is not that we have folks opting to provide telehealth, but often we are level setting because of our.
I think we went over enough of
across the country.
Look,
So
we're gonna get ready to close it out, family. So we've enjoyed. I want y'all to get with y'all families and get warm. And let me come up on the screen. Family, let's say our last good nights. We done good here tonight. Let me see if I can put it up. All right, we thank y'all for being here. Let me go. Sister Alaska Knight says, good night, everyone. Veteran Policy Plug say good night. Everybody say they good night. Now, Betsy said that when I was sent to the eye doctor in the community, I went to okay. Charleston says, Army George, evening. What about that big woman? Oh, I love that one. I love that one on the big woman. He said, big, beautiful woman. Now, Betty Bob said, good night, everyone. All right, everybody say good night to each other, family. Love, love. Where you at, love, love? He don't never say good night because he can keep it going. Excuse me, family. All right. Good night, everybody. I've enjoyed y'all. Good night from H-Town in the chat. So also say good night, everyone. Family, we really enjoyed y'all. And we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all coming in, showing up and showing out. We thank y'all for being here. And we thank you. And the alternative say good night, everyone. And I'm glad we could have this calm, casual conversation because I learned a lot tonight. I really did. And I really appreciate y'all being here, family. I hope y'all like the background. We got our Cash App there if you would like to donate. We talk about topics. We got the question and answer. Look how I put H-Town inside the little the queue. Huh? Did I do it right? So, family, thank y'all for being so supportive. And we appreciate y'all for joining us here at the H-Town Vet. And we want to wish y'all a good night. And we want to give a shout out to everybody that was here, to the alternative, to Brother Charleston. We want to give a shout out to Sister Betty. We want to give a shout out to Brother Veteran Policy Plug. Alaskan Ice, thank you for everything that you do. Army George, thank you so much. And I think I did Veteran Policy Plug. Brother Kevin for coming in late, but coming in. So you didn't let nothing stop you. You still came through. I hope y'all have a safe and wonderful week and that y'all be careful on the roads out there. with the weather, this Arctic freeze. So thank y'all. And Betty Bops, if I forgot you, Betty Bops, Brother Coasty, hold it down in Massachusetts. And Sister Betty Bops, hold it down in Maryland. And our brother, let's see what we got here. Army George, hold it down in Ohio. And Alternative, hold it down up there in New Brunswick. You know what I'm saying? And I think Kevin did something. I didn't get him. Kevin, I know Kevin. I don't want to talk about Kevin. I think I said, Kevin, be strong. I think I mentioned you. Zoe, thank you for showing up. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate y'all, family. I'm going back over, make sure if I miss you, charge it to my head, not my heart. Bionic Woman, thank you for all that you do and your consistency and your kindness. Thank you so much. We thank everybody for bringing their talents. And our brother, PA Political Revolutionary Podcast, shout out to you, brother. And brother Love, thank you for all that you do. Benny, thank you for coming in. And we thank you. And let me see. Let's see. And that's it. Let me check the last, what do you call it? And we're going to close it out. The last people that spoke up. Y'all turn and say good night, everyone. So we're going to close it out. Thank y'all, family. We appreciate y'all being here for about 3.5 hours. We didn't mean for it to be that long. But we want to thank y'all for showing up. And we want to wish y'all a wonderful, let me see what I got here. A wonderful week. Thank you for everything. And we want you to have a good night. Until next time.